Stations, we are coming up on 2 minutes until airtime. 2 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark 2 minutes until airtime on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Studio producers, when you hear, please start your archive recording. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. One minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime. Your next time cue will be with 30 seconds until airtime. Studios, when you hear, please start your archive recording. Stations, you're coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. On my mark, 30 seconds until airtime. And there it is, so please start your archive recording. Stations, please be advised that you must disable your streaming to websites and apps during this Learfield IMG College broadcast. Mark 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. This is Bulldogs basketball.
Edwards going to force up a long game three. Oh, my goodness. Two-handed slam. Yes, sir.
If you don't come out with a high level of urgency, you're going to be in real trouble.
Deep straightaway three. Oh, Anthony Edwards. Oh, my goodness. Kamani Kamara on the alley-oop and a two-handed finish. Wow. That's circus time. That's ridiculous.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia Basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now to Courtside along with Chuck Dowdle, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
And hi again, everyone. Welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. Tonight, once again, from Stegman Coliseum in Athens, as the 6-3 Bulldogs begin a stretch of 3 straight home games to close out 2019. Well, the Dogs welcome SMU here tonight as Georgia meets the Mustangs for the first time ever. SMU, out of the American Athletic Conference, has compiled an 8-1 record so far this season. Tonight will be their first game in 13 days, going back to their only loss of the year, a 91-74 defeat to Georgetown back on December 7th. The Bulldogs will also be looking to bounce back after their 20-point loss at Arizona State last Saturday. Roster news for Georgia: senior Jordan Harris will be eligible tonight for his first game this season as he makes his season debut, and suspended sophomore Amanze Ngumeze has entered the transfer portal. It's Georgia and SMU coming up in Athens tonight. The Bulldogs Courtside Show is brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. The countdown to the opening tip is underway, and we'll get to it right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
You know, Georgia peaches don't just come from Georgia. They come from farms in Georgia, worked by farmers, working hard to cultivate the crops that drive the state's economy. That's why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers with support through advocacy and benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. Join online for just a couple bucks a year. Easy as peach cobbler.
You've been ignoring that knee pain during your morning run. You have a lot of questions about that concussion from the soccer game. That shoulder pain you've been feeling playing tennis is now chronic. At Northside Sports Medicine, we know you don't have to be a pro to be an athlete, which is why we give you access to treatment, technology, and an elite team of sports medicine doctors dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility. Call 1-855-NH-SPORT today so you can get back in the game. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
For up to the second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We all like to shop local, whether it's your neighborhood barber, your favorite coffee shop, or your local farmer's market. That's why I'm proud to be a member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for 85 years with one simple goal, banking on purpose. Whether they are saving you money or supporting the people, places, and teams we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. Get started today with a low-rate credit card from Georgia's Own or visit their website at georgiasown.org to learn more. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Hey, welcome back to the Bulldogs Courtside Show, brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, Tony Schiavone here in Athens. Cabell Philpotts in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Georgia and SMU tonight. And just before we get back on the air, a great surprise for us. A great visit from a former Georgia coach here, Chuck.
Yeah, Coach Pete Herman, who, was assistant under Dennis Felton. And when Dennis left the premises, left the building, Pete stepped in on an interim basis, beat Kentucky. You remember that?
Oh, yeah?
Beat the Kentucky Wildcats. Did a great job here. Just a terrific guy. Great basketball coach, and he was the head coach at the Naval Academy when they had the Admiral. They were pretty good when David Robinson was there.
Yeah, it's hard to complain when you've got one of the greatest players in the history of the sport, right? But it's great to see Pete, and we thank him for stopping by and saying hello right between commercial breaks. And we'll get to this game tonight, Georgia and SMU. We've got plenty of time to talk about the Bulldogs and the Mustangs as we roll along here. We'll send it to Cabell next. He's in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and he's coming up right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
Isn't it yummy when you find a great deal that helps stretch your budget? Yeah, we think so too. That's why at Kroger, we've got more ways to save on all the fresh foods you truly crave. With great sales every day, fuel points to save at the pump, and digital coupons you can download to your Plus card, the savings at Kroger really add up. More ways to save. It's easy at Kroger.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Progressive presents Get Pumped. Inspiration to help you do insurance stuff.
Hey,
Get your head in the game. This ain't no exhibition match. This is for real. You've got a house to insure, and there are no excuses because Progressive's Home Quote Explorer makes it easier than ever to get the coverage you need. Here's some music to get you pumped. Dum chugga 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 meow meow meow. Dum chugga chugga chugga. Feel that confidence? Dum chugga chugga chugga. Did I say stop saving money? No. Dum chugga 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 meow meow meow.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's Cabell Philpott.
The Dogs and the Ponies on the hardwood tonight. Bulldogs 5-0 at home this season. Stegman's been kind to Georgia. 2-0 on the road this season for SMU. The Mustangs invade Stegman tonight at 7 o'clock. Other games, a top 25 contest in progress, the only one of its kind on the docket tonight. Number 23, Penn State, undefeated at home at 7-0, 9-2 overall, a 49-31 lead on Central Connecticut. 9 seconds remaining in the first half of that game in Happy Valley. It's bowl season. Makers wanted Bahamas Bowl. Earlier this afternoon, Charlotte 49ers walloped by Buffalo 31-9, the final score. Charlotte unable to find the end zone or a field goal in the first half. They were scoreless at halftime, down 17-0. Buffalo continued to pour it on with 2 touchdowns and 31-9 victory for the Bulls, the champions of the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl tonight at 7:30. Utah State faces off against Kent State. The Golden Flashes have never won a bowl game. Georgia getting set to battle SMU on the hardwood. When we return, we'll hear from the head coach himself as Coach Crean gives us his thoughts on the SMU Mustangs. That's all coming up right after this timeout. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit Piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Everybody knows that peanuts are the state crop of Georgia. But did you know that Georgia farmers contribute nearly $75 billion to the state's economy each year? That's not peanuts. Those billions are why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers by promoting agriculture and offering access to benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. You can join online for just a few bucks a year. Peanuts.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At AutoZone, we know that no 2 car projects are created equal. That's why we've got more ways for you to get what you need to take care of your ride. With our free same-day store pickup, you can place your order online at AutoZone.com and grab what you need today at your local AutoZone. And if the job can wait until tomorrow, go with our free next-day delivery. You'll get your order at your doorstep the following day and be back on the road in no time. Free next-day delivery on eligible orders over $35. Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hey, Bulldog fans, it's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes, earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
You're listening to Georgia Basketball Now, time for your all-access trip inside the Dogs' locker room and a visit with the head coach, Tom Crean. With Coach Crean, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Welcome back to Stegman Coliseum. It's time to catch up with Georgia head coach Tom Crean. This is brought to you by UPS. Working together to achieve great things like the Bulldogs, that's problem solving. Visit UPS.com to learn more. Official logistics partner of Georgia Athletics. Coach Crean is here, and Tom, tell us a little bit about this SMU team you'll face tonight.
Well, I think they're really good. I mean, without a question, they're deep, very, very physical. Attack the backboards, both ends, especially offensively. Really want to drive the ball. They want to run a lot of pick and roll that gets driving games going, a lot of pick and pop. A lot of lobs, so we've got to be alert and aware there. They're good. They're all the way across the board. And since Kendrick Davis became eligible 5 games ago, it's even turned them up even more because of his ability to play the point and drive and create. So it's a very, very tough game for us tonight, no doubt.
Their only loss was their last outing almost 2 weeks ago against Georgetown. What was going on with that ball game?
Well, Georgetown played well. I think Georgetown, they caught them at a bad time. They just removed some of the guys from the team. And Georgetown was on a high, and they just played well. I mean, they shot the ball extremely well against them, and I'm sure SMU, it was their worst outing. And so they've had a couple weeks to get better, stew about it, and get ready to come in here and try to attack us. And we've got to be able to do the same thing to them.
Tell us about your week since the Arizona State game. What have you guys been going through?
Well, we're trying to get more structure. I think what happened in that Arizona State game, we weren't physical enough. There's no doubt about that. But we settled far too much for jump shots without going through the paint, on 0 to 1 pass. And we just can't play that way. We got to cut. We've got to be moving without the ball. We've got to be able to get to the offensive glass because we're in that movement, and I think that helps our shooting tremendously. But we were right there, and then we just let our guard down, and it's been one of those things that's really happened to us at times. We've got to be more physical. We've got to be better on defense, but at the same time, we can't lose patience on offense. We got to keep moving the ball at a really high rate, and that's some of the stuff we've been focused on.
How do you coach being more physical?
Well, you grow up. I mean, I think that's part of it. You get stronger. Your guys grow up as you go through it. And again, we're not going to have the bodies that some of these teams have because of the youth that we have on this. But you've got to use your leverage. You got to be aggressive. You got to play lower, and you can't shy away from contact. You can't. And so what we're trying to do inside of that, we're trying to get our post defense better. We're having to make adjustments, but that's part of it. And because we're letting the ball in too easy, coming in behind us, or where we're playing straight behind them, we can't play that way. So we're not good enough to do that. We don't have anybody that can just stand there and erase it with a block shot. So we've got to be aggressive. We want to do more switching. We want to mix our defenses. So this has been a good week for us looking at it. Okay, this is what happens when we're playing against these better teams. And we've got to figure out how we're going to combat this.
Finally, you get Jordan Harris back tonight. What does that do for you?
Well, I hope that it brings a mature, understand how to play, move without the ball, be ready to shoot, be on the attack, be aggressive defensively, and be aggressive on the backboards. I mean, there's no question we've missed him. And I think just him coming in and being on the attack that way, not trying to force something that's not there and not looking for it. Like I said to him, you're not going to get 9 games back in a game or 2 games or 3 games. It doesn't work that way. So start from 0. All right, but you already know how to play. You're a senior. So that's what we've got to build towards, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Tom, thanks very much. Good luck to you tonight.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, that's Coach Tom Crean. We'll give you the starting lineups for Georgia and SMU right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
We're getting you in the zone.
Brought to you by AutoZone.
Stolen by Edwards. Showtime. Edwards. And dunk. Beautiful dig from Ray Shaw.
Need to get the job done fast? AutoZone can help. Visit AutoZone.com and start the job with free next-day delivery or free same-day store pickup.
Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
Alley-oop lob and a one-handed coast two-handed slam down the lane. Wow.
This is Bulldogs basketball.
Isn't it yummy when you find a great deal that helps stretch your budget? Yeah, we think so too. That's why at Kroger, we've got more ways to save on all the fresh foods you truly crave. With great sales every day, fuel points to save at the pump, and digital coupons you can download to your Plus card, the savings at Kroger really add up. More ways to save. It's easy at Kroger.
season? For Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
The holidays are back again, which means it's time to hit the road home. Whether you're racing along winding highways in the Agile 3 Series, conquering terrain in the versatile X3, or just cruising a few blocks to your parents' house in the luxurious X5, the journey should be full of joy. That's the road home, and it begins now. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers. Now through January 2nd. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Hi, welcome to the Subway Fresh Value Meal radio ad. How would you like to hear it?
From a game show host?
All right, let's play.
Thanks, Johnny. Our lucky contestants are playing for a fresh value meal with a 6-inch sub. They'll choose from 6, including a cold cut combo or Black Forest ham, starting at $6 with a 20-ounce drink and chips. Subway, make it what you want.
Fresh value meal sandwiches are prepared in front of you at participating restaurants. Prices and subs included may vary. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. No additional coupons or discounts may be applied.
Every rep.
Crump in the corner. There's a three. Tyree right in front of the bench.
Every play.
Dogs turn it over. Edwards with a beautiful over-the-head bounce pass from 40 feet.
Commit to the G.
Brown two-handed slam on the other end. Hammond's wide open three. Rayshawn drains it in front of the tech man. Ball knocked loose, rolling on the floor, picked up by Fagan. With a one-hander. The buddy is good off the right leg. Edwards kick out. Gresham three ball. Good from the left side. He got knocked into the court side seat. Stolen by Edwards. Here we go. A little showtime. A one-handed cock and fire with the hammer and the throwdown. Edwards with a one-handed jam.
The Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia Basketball is brought to you by Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs, and by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 1-800-STATE-FARM or by visiting statefarm.com. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Welcome back to Stegman Coliseum. The Georgia Bulldogs are Sugar Bowl bound. For tickets, be sure to visit GeorgiaDogs.com. You can't spell sugar without UGA, and we can't wait to see the Bulldog Nation in New Orleans on New Year's Day. Here's your starting lineups for Georgia and SMU tonight. The Bulldogs 6-3 on the year. Tom Crean's starting five will be Donnell Gresham, the 6'3", redshirt senior. He's a graduate transfer from Northeastern from St. Paul, Minnesota, averaging 7 points, 5.6 rebounds per contest. He'll be joined by Tyree Crump, a 6'1 senior from Bainbridge, Georgia. Anthony Edwards, a 6'5 freshman from Atlanta. Rayshawn Hammonds, a 6'9 junior from Norcross. And Toumani Camara, a 6'8 freshman from Brussels, Belgium. For SMU, they're 8-1. Tim Jankovic is their head coach in his fourth season in Dallas. Tyson Jolly, a 6'4 guard from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Ferron Hunt is a 6'8 sophomore from DeSoto, Texas. Kendrick Davis, a 5'11 sophomore from Houston, Texas. Isaiah Mike, a 6'8 junior forward from Ontario. And Ethan Chagua, a 6'9 junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Those are the 10 that will start the ball game. Back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Hey, Bulldog fans! Georgia Power knows that fan energy is what makes Georgia Bulldog basketball possible. From tip-off to the final buzzer, you power us forward. That's why Georgia Power is proud to help power your community. Last year, they donated over $22 million to community improvement programs, including supporting nearly 1,300 nonprofits across the state. To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping the state power forward, visit georgiapower.com/community.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We all like to shop local, whether it's your neighborhood barber, your favorite coffee shop, or your local farmer's market. That's why I'm proud to be a member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for 85 years with one simple goal, banking on purpose. Whether they are saving you money or supporting the people, places, and teams we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. Get started today with a low-rate credit card from Georgia's Own or visit their website at georgiasown.org to learn more. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
The lights are out. The starting lineup's just about to be announced inside Stegman Coliseum. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. It's time for our keys to the game, presented by Ford and the Ford F-150. Ford has a tradition building generations of tough, legendary trucks like the Ford F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. For great offers, visit your local Ford dealer today. All right, now here's the official Chuck of the Georgia Bulldogs, Chuck Dowdle, with our keys to a Georgia win over these Mustangs from Dallas, Texas.
You got it, Scott. And the first thing, listen, the biggest key is we got to bounce back from that showing we had out in Tempe. That was not the Georgia Bulldogs that we know and love. First off, we need to get an early lead. The Mustangs, they come in here 8-1, but their schedule has not been challenging at all. In fact, that last game they played against Georgetown, where they were beaten by 17 at their place at SMU, that was really the biggest opponent that they have faced. They haven't faced the likes of a Michigan State or a Dayton or a Georgia Tech or an Arizona State. They haven't played that kind of schedule. So if we get an early lead, let them know that we're in a different league than they're in. Let's put some doubt in their minds early. And then we got to be more efficient with our shooting. We were 23 of 66 from the floor in Tempe, 2 of 24. 2 of 24 Ouch. From behind the arc. Yeah, that kind of shooting, that keeps you in the 50s. We average in the mid-80s and are far more comfortable playing in that high 70 to 80 category, not down there in the 50s. If we're down in the 50s, it's going to be a long night anytime Georgia's on the floor. And finally, let's see what we can get out of Jordan Harris. Listen, this kid's got to be anxious to get back on the court. He's missed these first 9 games. You heard Tom Crean tell you he can't make them all up here in one, but he can start tonight doing what he does best. And what he does best is pretty darn good. I would argue that he was one of our 2 and maybe our best player. I think Tony Schiavone would agree with me on this. The last couple of weeks of last season, he has made huge strides since arriving here. Jordan Harris can be a big plus to the Dogs.
Well, his last game that he played for Georgia, going back to the SEC tournament last year against Missouri, had his career high, 26 points against the Tigers. That's the last time he's suited up and been on the floor for us.
And you know what? He gets points both from outside shooting and from driving to the glass. He also is a good defender. He comes up with steals, and he goes to the boards.
All right, Dogs and Mustangs going to take the floor here. And our tip-off is brought to you by Northside Hospital, proudly welcoming the Gwinnett Health System to its family of care. With more than 3,500 doctors and 5 hospitals, your Northside now has expanded services in maternity, orthopedics, surgery, cardiovascular, cancer, and more. Visit them at northsidegwinnett.com. SMU all in blue tonight. White lettering, white numbers. Georgia with the throwback home white uniforms. Red lettering, red numbers, no names on the backs of the shirts. Our officials tonight, Todd Austin, Will Howard, no relation, Chuck Jones. Here's the opening toss, and the tap is controlled by Tumani Kamara on the way down. He kind of two-fisted it. He swatted at it with both hands and tapped it into the backcourt to Anthony Edwards. Georgia with the first possession as we are underway here in Athens tonight.
Yeah, he did.
They called for a carry there by Chuck Jones.
He did. He started to move to his right, and then he made just a mistake that a lot of guys will make, even in the NBA, where you slide your hand under it because you're taking your momentum back to the left, and you turn that basketball over.
Well, you hate to see your first opportunity result in a turnover, but that's what happened with Georgia. So SMU with a basketball. The Mustangs at 8-1, but they haven't played in 13 days. We'll see if they're cold from that last outing back at home against Georgetown that Chuck was telling you about. Kendrick Davis, 5'11 sophomore with the ball. He's got neon reddish-orange shoes. A three from the left corner is no good by the Mustangs. Dogs with a rebound. We run along the baseline with Kamara. He feeds Hammonds down the right edge of the lane, and on the run, he lays it up and in good.
And maybe that'll bode good things for Ray. You probably noticed with the Dogs this year, as Rayshawn Hammonds goes, so go the Dogs. When he plays well, Georgia generally comes out on top.
And he never put the ball on the floor either. Kamara hit him in stride and 2 big steps down the right edge of the lane and laid it up and in. Mustangs will work in the post. Yeah, that was Tyson Jolly working against Hammonds that time. He got the basket and the foul.
I'm not sure there are many guys that could have covered that move. That was one of the sweeter moves I've seen an opponent make in here.
Jolly, a 6'4", 190-pound transfer, has played at Baylor and then at junior college. He's a redshirt junior from Muskogee, Oklahoma. I should know that. I grew up listening to that song ad nauseum. Okie from Muskogee. 2-2 as Jolly misses the free throw. Dogs with the possession.
Doesn't say much for your taste in music, I'll tell you that.
I lived in Nashville. Come on, man. Mighty Merle. That was good stuff. Here's Kamara on the wing. Top of the key, they go to Edwards. He's going to hoist a three from just left of the circle. Off the rim, no good. The rebound goes to the Mustangs. Davis up the floor. Settles on the left wing now. Feeds Shagwa to Jolly. Into the paint. Slams on the brakes, pivots out. Shagwa for three from the wing. That's no good. Jolly offensive rebound. Dips between 2 defenders and draws contact from Georgia and gets a foul against Anthony Edwards.
I got to tell you something. This is the second time we put them on the line on 2 possessions for the Mustangs. And you want to keep these guys off the line. They shoot 79%.
Yeah,
I think that's
good.
like 11th in the nation.
They're +8 on the boards. And they're very good foul shooting team.
Yeah, you know what, though? When they were drilled by Georgetown at SMU, Georgetown out-rebounded them.
Free throw by Jolly. His second trip to the line here in the first few minutes is good. Jolly at 77% on the year. Was a JUCO All-American last year. Averaged 22 and 12 in junior college. Free throw good by Jolly. Hits a pair. He's got 4, and it's 4-2. SMU leading Georgia. Dogs with the possession. Gresham off the wing to Edwards. Dribble handoff to Kamara on the left side of the floor. Hammonds has got it now above the arc on the right side. Now it's Gresham. Tries to dribble through 2 defenders. Dribbled it off his foot and stumbles. Turns it over. SMU with a breakout basket. And Hunt, Faron Hunt at 6'8", will dunk it on the other end.
Well, they ran that break beautifully and then took it right to the middle and then hit the wing. Wide open for the dunk.
Dogs have been sloppy in their offensive possessions here. Not quite 3 minutes into the contest. We've had a handful of turnovers already. Crump, catch and shoot 3, left side. Strokes it home, good. Tyree for 3. That's a Scana Energy 3 early in the ballgame to make it 6-5. SMU for three, right corner in front of the bench. No good, off the rim. Gresham reaches for the rebound and pushes it into the front court. Almost tripped again, but had contact from SMU, no call. Dogs on the left end of the floor. Edwards for three. Nicks the far side of the rim, no good. Rebound down to Jolly for SMU. Mustangs push it up left to right. Work it around the perimeter, far side of the floor now. Go into the post to Chagua up against Hammonds, and he just forces Rayshon right out of the way and scores right under the basket. 8-5. SMU with a 3-point lead. Dogs with the ball. Edwards has picked up his dribble, finds Crump in the corner, feed it into the right post to Hammonds. He works against Chagua into the paint, up and in, good, in front of the basket. Rayshon with his second bucket to make it 8-7. Mustangs by a point. They've got the ball. Kendrick Davis bounces it inside the arc on the right side of the floor to Chagua. Cross court, whips it over into the left corner for a three. That's off the rim. No good. Rebound to Gresham for the Dogs.
I tell you what, Donnell does a great job rebounding.
Hammonds left-handed three around the rim and off the left side of the iron. No good. Rebound to SMU. Gresham is number 2 in rebounding for Georgia, just under 6 a game. Charge is the call on SMU as Ferron Hunt came flying down the lane and dished the pass left, but he took a body with him after he let the ball fly. And that'll get us into our first media break of the ball game. 15:52 to go, half number 1 here in Athens. SMU with an early 1-point lead over the Dogs. It's the Mustangs 8, the Bulldogs 7. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Off season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit Regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
An auto policy from State Farm gets you collision coverage. And this radio ad from State Farm gets you coverage of this beloved 90s hit.
I hit a car. I hit a car. I hit a car. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. My agent's gonna help me.
For more coverage, visit statefarm.com. In your heart, you know it's time to get your hip repaired. You need knee surgery, but don't want it to be too invasive. You're looking for a new approach to the arthritis pain you've had for so long. At Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, we're dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility, which is why we offer personalized care from elite joint and arthritis doctors who place an emphasis on rapid recovery that can have you home within hours of surgery. Learn more at northside.com/orthopedic. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
Back here at Stegman Coliseum, good crowd on hand here on this Friday night before Christmas. 8-7, SMU leading Georgia. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers and go Dogs.
Well, Ray Hammonds is off to a good start, no question about that, at least from the floor. 2 out of 3 from the floor so far, and he's doing a good job also getting to those rebounds. He's got he's got 2 of our 4, got half of our rebounds. Donnell Gresham, you mentioned he's our second leading rebounder, but, you know, for a guard, that guy does a terrific job of getting in there and being in the right place at the right time.
I was just going to say, you know, he's 6'2", but he knows where to be on the floor after a shot, and he gets a lot of rebounds slashing through the lane, you know, picking them off before the other guys can get an offensive board. He does a good job with that.
Yeah, and you like to see a guard that goes in and gets rebounds for you. What you'd like to see, though, is him not be number 2. You know, you'd like to see him a little bit farther down the list, and some of our big guys getting more.
Dogs will get the freshman from Houston, Texas, Xavier Wheeler into the contest. Kamara's waiting to inbound the basketball. Wheeler's on the floor along with Hammonds, Edwards, and Crump. And SMU has Isaiah Mike at 6'8", Kendrick Davis at 5'11".
Scott, while we've got a second, you mentioned earlier that Amanzi and Gumezi had entered the transfer portal. And let's just say now that's not unexpected. When he was suspended from the team a couple of weeks ago for conduct detrimental to the team, it was sort of expected, I think, by most of us that surround this program that would probably be the outcome.
Hammonds switches hands, driving in the lane from the left side, misses a little short one-hander, but the Dogs get an offensive rebound and get another possession. Crump's got it on the left wing, overhead cross-court pass into the far corner to Wheeler, top of the key to Edwards. He dribbles to his left, drives, curls around on the baseline, gets position, hangs in the air, and pushes it up and in. Edwards with his first basket of the night to make it 9-8, Georgia by 1. SMU, lob pass into the post to JC. He's matched up with Hammonds. They go into him again. He kicks it out to Davis. He hesitates, now launches a three, missed it deep. Rebound, Edwards. Anthony was a little lazy with the rebound. He tried to one-hand it. Jolly just swatted it right out of his hands and out of bounds into the edge of the Georgia bench. But it'll be the Dogs' ball. You got to get two hands on that thing.
Absolutely. And, one of the things that's always the case when Anthony Edwards is on the floor, there are a lot of NBA scouts tonight here, including former Georgia Tech coach Paul Hewitt, who's now, I believe, scouting for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You got a 5 count on Anthony Edwards. Jolly, I think, was the guy that was on him.
No. They got a foul on him.
I thought he said a 5 count.
No, they called him for pushing on the loose ball. And,
that's two.
I got a few complaints with that call, but not that they care.
Well, that puts Edwards on the bench. And that gets Ty Fagan, who had a career high at Arizona State. Gets Ty into the ballgame. He had 15 points. And Georgia didn't have much offense that night. Crowd thought SMU got away with a walk. It wasn't called. Now a foul is after the shot in the post. Chuck Jones with the call. It's going to go against the Mustangs.
Well, Ray Hammonds did a great job. After they got the shot up, he went up in traffic and was getting banged to try to grab that rebound. The ball comes loose on the floor. They hustled for it, but in doing so, they fouled Ray.
Foul was on Isaiah J.C., 6'10" forward from Killeen, Texas. And now we got a foul on Tumani Kamara. Georgia just can't get into those offensive sets, Chuck. I mean, we go down and
it's either a turnover
make
or
a mistake.
Foul. Yeah, one of the two.
4 turnovers already by the Dogs. And we've got 14:20 to go in the first half. Georgia is leading by 1, 9-8, but we're denying ourselves opportunities to shoot the basketball by turning it over early into our sets. JC, right block, puts it up over Hammonds, rolls off the rim. No good. Rebound to the Dogs. Wheeler diagonal to the near side to Hammonds into the front court. Here's Crump now top of the key. We'll go over to Sevier on the right side. Back to Tyree for the three. No good. Off the rim. Rebound long. And they just reel it in on the north end of the SMU bench. Mustangs with the possession. That rebound almost bounced right on top of their head coach, Tim Jankovic. Jolly overhead from the baseline. Top of the key three is too deep. No good by Emmanuel Bandumel. Rebound to the Dogs. Wheeler penetrate, kick out. Hammonds for three. Misses it off the heel of the rim, or heel of the iron, and the rebound goes to SMU. Davis going to take it all the way inside. He misses on the runner. Rebound to the Dogs. Fagan down the middle of the floor. Kick out right to Crump. Strokes a three. Can't knock it down. Off the rim. Falling down to get the rebound is Hammonds. Sends it up to Wheeler, and Sevier drains a three from the left wing.
The most awkward-looking shot that you will ever see, but it fell. And thank goodness, because it looked like nothing was going to go for Georgia. Looked like we did in Tempe. We just couldn't get shots to fall.
Another Scana Energy three for the Dogs. That's only the third three by Wheeler this season. SMU in too deep with Bandumel. He missed the first attempt, got his own offensive rebound, got his own miss, and then put it back up and in. Bandumel with his first points of the ball game. It's 12-10. Georgia by 2 with the possession. Crump to Hammonds, work above the arc on the left side of the floor. You got a screen from Kamara, screen and roll. Tumani to the basket. Oh, they call a charge. He laid it up and then he flipped it up after he set the screen. He rolled. We got him the ball on a bounce pass. He scored off the glass. They called a charge on Kamara. Georgia's 5th foul.
That's our 3rd offensive foul.
And that's 2 on Tumani, who was the starter tonight. Edwards has 2. Kamara has 2. Jordan Harris into the ball game for the first time this season. The 6'5 senior from Iron City, Georgia, making his debut after a 9-game suspension.
Dogs go to a zone defense.
SMU works around the perimeter. Cutting through the lane is Hunt. They get him the ball just under the foul line. They get it quickly back out. Almost threw it away. Bandamel had to go up high to get it between the circles. Kicks it right for a 3 to Jolly. Bad looking shot. Just barely drew the iron. Hit the backboard on the right side of the rim.
Howard got the rebound. Didn't have to jump. He was just standing there. Just came right to his hands.
And now Severe Wheeler pushed in the front court as the Dogs are trying to get into their set. That's called a foul on SMU. And that'll get us into the timeout with 11:48 to go here in half number 1. Georgia with a 2-point lead over the Mustangs. It's the Dogs 12, SMU 10.
And SMU will want to make some adjustments with Georgia in that zone.
All right, and they'll do it after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Dog fans, Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit Piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We all like to shop local, whether it's your neighborhood barber, your favorite coffee shop, or your local farmer's market. That's why I'm proud to be a member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for 85 years with one simple goal: banking on purpose. Whether they are saving you money or supporting the people, places, and teams we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. Get started today with a low-rate credit card from Georgia's Own or visit their website at georgiasown.org to learn more. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
You know, growing up in a coffee family is no different than growing up in any other family, except that we all kind of share one affinity, and that's for a great tasting cup of coffee.
Matt Siraj, 4th generation owner, Community Coffee.
I believe people can taste the difference family makes. It's a fullness in the mouth. It's a flavor impression that follows all the way through until 30 seconds after that sip of coffee. It's that rich, smooth flavor that you find in Community Coffee.
Our family story continues at communitycoffee.com.
Hey, Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, you need to head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub's the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there.
Scott, you mentioned Ty Fagan now into the game. Well, he played so well against Arizona State on a night when the rest of us were kind of struggling out there. But let me tell you something, Fagan had a great game. Let's hope he can keep that kind of pace up. Georgia could use him, particularly coming off the bench down the SEC schedule.
Harris to inbound for the Dogs after the foul was called against SMU. The Dogs with 18 on the shot clock. Severe Wheeler dribbles through the legs, now drives against SMU. They're going to be called for a hand check foul. Push by Ethan Shagwa, the 6'9 junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So that'll give the Dogs a new clock, 20 seconds. Christian Brown into the ball game. Rodney Howard, Jordan Harris, Severe Wheeler, and Ty Fagan in that far right corner. Wheeler dribbles over in that direction, now comes back to the near side, sends the pass to Harris, high right wing, down to Fagan on the baseline, back up the wing to Harris. One hands, one cross court to Wheeler for the 3. With 5 on the shot clock, misses it. Rebound picked up off the floor by Bandumel. Howard went to the floor to try to cover it up, but Bandumel picked it up and took it away. SMU with the possession. They trail by 2, 12-10. Brown from behind almost knocked it out of the hands of Hunt, but he was able to recover. SMU with the possession. 13 on the shot clock. C.J. White to Jolly, drives and dunks. Down the lane, came in rapidly from the left wing and found a seam and went right to the rim. He's got 6. It's 12-12. Dogs feed it in the paint to Rodney Howard. He catches, turns, jump hook. Too much on it. Hit the backboard, rolled off the front side of the rim. Rebound to SMU. Shagwa on the other end bricks a 3 straight away. Rebound down to Harris for the Dogs. To Wheeler, diagonal, right side to Fagan. He fakes going to the right, cuts back to the left, drives to the basket, missed the lay-in. Rebound, knocked out of bounds by the guys in blue. That's SMU. It'll be the Dogs' ball as the Mustangs substitute. And they'll get Everett Ray into the ball game, a 6'7", 220-pound redshirt sophomore. 12-12 with 10:21 to go first half. Dogs to inbound with Harris. Left baseline, front court left. Throws it into Wheeler. Jolly almost swatted it out of bounds on the inbound. Wheeler's got it now. Sevier backs up on the logo, almost a half court. 11 on the shot clock. Dribbles to his left. Sevier looking for an opening through the lane. Nice drop. Bounce pass on the baseline to Fagan, who dunks it from the right side.
And that was all Sevier Wheeler. Boy, once we made that penetration and those blue jerseys converged in the paint, it left Ty all alone on that baseline.
There was absolutely no room to get that bounce pass in there.
He did.
He got it in there.
Yes, he did. Yeah, that's where he deflates the ball a little.
14-12, Dogs by 2. SMU. Ray spins away from 2 defenders in the post, puts it up, but barely. It bounced a couple of times on the iron and fell through. And we're tied at 14. Dogs with the ball quickly into the front court. Wheeler has the possession, a slow left-hand dribble on the logo. He'll give it to Fagan. He'll hand it back to Sevier. Howard sets the screen. Wheeler in the corner, dribbles back and forth through the lane. Jump pass to Fagan with 8 to shoot. Ty with a left-hand dribble. Scoops it over to Brown. Christian going to shoot just above the free throw line. Knocks down a 17-footer, moving to his right. His first points at 16-14. Dogs by 2. SMU with the ball. C.J. White going to drive inside, miss the runner. Offensive rebound, SMU put back, blocked by Howard, but SMU gets it back. Shot clock continues to tick away. It's at 13 seconds for the Mustangs. Overhead lob to Hunt near side. Deep into the right corner, Jolly roars out of the corner. Runner inside, won't go. Another offensive rebound. Hunt, this time in the putback, good for SMU.
Well, that possession, they dominated us on the boards. They just kept getting chance after chance, and eventually they're going to fall, and it did.
16 apiece, 8:28 to go first half. Dogs launch a 3 from the right corner. Jordan Harris misses. Fagan got the rebound on the weak side. Feeds it up to Brown. Look at Christian with a 3.
How high was that shot?
Above the shot clock.
I was going to say, he put some air under that one.
It went 25 feet high and came down through the bucket. That's the way you like them. Christian Brown with his first 3 of the night. That's only his 3rd of the season. 19-16, Dogs by 3. Jolly has a screen out on the right edge. Finds a man open in the corner. Bandumel, he'll get it back to Jolly now. He's going to dribble one time, feed Bandumel for the 3. Too deep, no good. Shagwa got the rebound. 6'10", that guy's killing us inside.
Yeah, he traveled. Well, I tell you, he won't be happy because he did all that work to get that rebound, flips it out to his teammate who immediately travels with it.
They turn it over. That was Everett Ray with a rebound and not Shagwa. 24, not 25. 7:42 to go first half. And the turnover gets us into a timeout. 19-16, Georgia by 3 over SMU. Back to Athens after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Isn't it yummy when you find a great deal that helps stretch your budget? Yeah, we think so too. That's why at Kroger, we've got more ways to save on all the fresh foods you truly crave. With great sales every day, fuel points to save at the pump, and digital coupons you can download to your Plus card, the savings at Kroger really add up. More ways to save. It's easy at Kroger.
the sweet sound of the chapel bell. A time-honored tradition at UGA signifying everything from acing a test to a big Bulldog win. At Ford Motor Company, we have our own tradition too, building the best-selling trucks in America, Ford F-Series, 42 years straight. F-150 is built to work smart and play hard. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers on F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
From way downtown.
Nice shot, Dad.
Playing basketball with your daughter and missing on purpose.
Watch this.
These moments make your house home.
Ooh, another brick.
And no one knows that better than Rocket Mortgage. They've simplified the mortgage process so you can focus on what really matters.
How about the best 2 out of 3?
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. Push button, get mortgage. Call 800-QUICKEN today or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
All right, during the timeout, Chuck had a chance to go into the huddle. It's brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. Dogs 19-16, leading SMU. Chuck, what does Coach want to do after this?
Well, what he's telling them right now is he wants to see them continue to go after them on the glass the way they're doing, because right now they're beating SMU. And as you pointed out, SMU this year has been +8 on the boards against opponents. But Georgetown, in beating them by 17, Georgetown out-rebounded them, and right now the Dogs are out-rebounding them 15-12. He's happy to see that, wants to see more of it, and also wants to see Georgia continue to shoot the ball well.
Dogs right now at 42% for the game.
Yeah,
3 of 11 on threes. SMU is at 32% for the game. They have yet to hit a 3. They're
0 for 8 behind the arc. So, hey, let me just tell you, having been to Tempe, we've been there and done that. We did not do. We were 2 for 24 behind the arc. That'll really dampen your points on the board.
Dogs will get Anthony Edwards back in the contest with 2 fouls. Christian Brown, Donnell Gresham will return to the floor. Crump as well, and Hammonds. 7:40 on the clock, first half. Dogs with the possession and a 3-point lead. Crump wearing some mid-calf black socks, pulled up high and tight tonight. Edwards, fadeaway 2, right side, still hasn't hit, can't get it going. He's got 1 basket tonight, but hadn't hit the jumpers. Rebound to SMU. Mustangs with the possession. Ferron Hunt at 6'8", distributes quickly to Isaiah Mike on the left wing. Now back to Kendrick Davis, the 5'11 guard. Davis with a right-hand dribble, fakes the drive. He carried the ball. That might be a point of emphasis for this crew tonight. They carry it and call a turnover against the Mustangs.
But it's the same thing at the guard position. When you get your momentum going to one side and you change it, the tendency is to let your hand slide into that basketball a little too much, and you turn it over, getting the ball going the other way.
I don't know that we've seen that call made so far this season. We've seen it twice in this ball game tonight, 1 by each team. 19-16, Dogs by 3 with the ball. Hammonds dribbles it into the paint, backs his man down, misses the lay-in with a left hand. Rebound to SMU. Mike's got it on the feed travel. The feed from Kendrick Davis to Isaiah Mike on the run, and he took one too many shuffle steps towards the basket. And another turnover for the Mustangs. It seems like more, but it's only their 4th.
Yeah, we've got 5, but
seems like a lot more than that. Dogs with the ball, still lead by 3, 19-16. Crump holds high left wing. Top of the key now. Tyree puts it on the floor, and they bump him as he tried to drive into the paint. Everett Ray lowered his shoulder and bumped Crump out of the way. That'll be a foul on Ray, his first, and the team's 5th. Both teams now with 5 fouls. Not a shooting situation for the Dogs. Tumani Kamara will sub in for Georgia. Kamara to inbound front court near sideline down to our left. He'll feed it into Edwards. Anthony will lob it over to Crump on the far side of the floor. Back to Ant-Man. He got a screen from Hammond's going to drive. Bulls his way down the lane. Throws it up. Bounces off the rim twice and kicks off no good. Rebound to Isaiah Jacey, the 6'10", 250-pound transfer from Texas A&M. SMU with the possession. They attack from the right side. Isaiah Mike missed but they work the glass and get an offensive rebound and a putback from Hunt.
And that's exactly what Coach Crane is talking about. You got to stay after them on the glass.
Hunt now with 6 points, 19-18, Dogs by 1. They love to get inside. They've got an edge there, size-wise, for us. Hammond's going to score inside against one of their big guys, against JC, the 6'10 transfer from A&M. Hammond's just scored over it. Rayshawn with 6, 21-18 Georgia. Dogs with a 3-point lead. We're on defense on this possession right now. Here's Isaiah Mike at 6'8". Going to move to his right. This is 3 badly, but there's another offensive rebound and a putback by JC for SMU.
Well, nobody had blocked him out. Georgia's playing that zone defense. Nobody got around, got their rear end up in his stomach, and so when the ball hit the glass so badly, it came right to him. He laid it in.
JC's making his SMU season debut, a midseason transfer, and we throw it away into the corner. Kamara cutting along the baseline on the left side, and the pass went into the left corner. So not even close on the connection there. And the Dogs turned it over. We're leading by 1, 21-20. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. SMU in blue, Georgia in white. Almost a full house tonight here at Stegman Coliseum. Good crowd on hand once again. We'll be back at it in this building on Monday, hosting Georgia Southern Monday night.
I think there are just a few tickets left for that. I think about 200 or 300.
One-handed bounce pass by SMU is deflected by Severe Wheeler. Both guys rush for the basketball, bouncing towards the Georgia bench, and SMU's touched it out last. It'll be the Dogs' possession. Now Wheeler with quick hands there on that bounce pass from Isaiah Mike.
Now we're getting Mike Peake into the game. And that young man, he has earned every minute that he gets on the floor.
Charles Smith comes into the game for SMU. A freshman guard from Atlanta, Wheeler High School. SMU goes for a steal on a pass to Wheeler. Davis knocked it away. Dogs maintain the possession. We get it down low to Kamara, missed the lay-in. Rebound to SMU. It was highly contested. Straight away, Hunt for 3. Good, and a foul. Top of the key. Ferron Hunt strokes a 3, and Kamara just fouled him, and that's Tamani's 3rd foul of the half. Hunt now with 9 and a chance for a 4-point play as he goes to the line. And that 3 has put SMU in the lead, 23-21. And Ferron Hunt from DeSoto, Texas, knocks down the free throw to give him 10 for the game, and he converts a 4-point play, and SMU leads it by 3 now, 24-21 with 4:15 to go in the half. Dogs with the ball. Edwards straight away to Christian Brown, holds it high, shows, and then hands off to Crump to Peak. Mike dribbles it right, then left, top of the key, goes to Crump on the wing. Tyree working along the perimeter. Jump shot, straddled the 3-point line, he airballed it. Rebound picked up off the bounce by Jolly in the far corner for SMU. Kendrick Davis, one-handed pass with the left hand to Jolly. Inside the arc, left side, his 18-footer won't go off the rim. Rebound to Crump for Georgia. We'll push it up right to left. Wheeler through traffic, feeds it back behind to Anthony Edwards. He took the pass and traveled. Dogs give it right back. 3:37 to go in the half, and we've got a timeout at Stegman Coliseum. SMU with the lead now, 24-21 over the Dogs. Back after this, Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Dog fans, Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
For up to the second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
The holidays are back again, which means it's time to hit the road home. Whether you're racing along winding highways in the Agile 3 Series, conquering terrain in the versatile X3, or just cruising a few blocks to your parents' house in the luxurious X5, the journey should be full of joy. That's the road home, and it begins now. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers. Now through January 2nd. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Rocket Mortgage created a simple home buying experience centered around you so you can focus on watching the game with friends and making your house home. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. Time for an in-game recap brought to you by Regions. Get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Both teams have had a 4-point lead in the contest. SMU on a 6-0 run right now. Georgia was up 21-18, but the Mustangs have scored the last 6, including a 4-point play by Ferron Hunt, and they lead by 3, 24-21. Mustangs with the basketball, 3:30 to go in the first half. Dogs in a man-to-man defense. Davis guarded tightly by Wheeler. Now we back up into a zone. Jolly on the far side of the floor. Davis has it, holds it high on the right wing. They go straight away for a 3, and that's no good by Charles Smith. He missed it. Long rebound out on the perimeter. Wrestled away by Georgia. Long pass up ahead to Christian Brown, and they call a charge on Christian Brown as he leaned in and took a man with him from the left side. And then SMU goaltended after that. But they call the offensive. That's another offensive foul on the Dogs. Yep. The first of on Christian Brown tonight.
We get our young players get so excited about going to the rim, and particularly when they see that opening, when somebody steps over there and gets set, you know, they got to keep their eyes on them because that's what happens. You know, you hit them, you collide with them, it's charge.
That's our third offensive foul of the half. Dogs shift from side to side in that 2-3 zone. Hunt find the weak spot in the paint about 6 feet away. They get it to him, and he turns and shoots and scores in front of the basket. Hunt now with 12 points, and the lead grows to 26-21. It's an 8-0 run for SMU with 2:36 to go in the first half. Dogs with a possession. Wheeler flips it to Fagan. Ty between the circles, hesitates, now drives, right edge of the lane, runner off the glass, won't go. Rebound taken by Isaiah Jacey at 6'10" for SMU. Mustangs in blue push it up left to right, left all alone for a 3 on the left side is Charles Smith. He missed it anyway. Rebound to the Dogs. 26-21, pass into the front court, stolen by SMU's Jolly. Diagonal to Hunt coming in from the left side. He bobbles it and loses it out of bounds under the basket.
Thank goodness, a turnover by them, that helps.
Yeah, that would have been a dunk for Hunt, and it would have been nasty, but he couldn't catch the pass from Jolly on the run. Dogs catch a break. Peak comes out for Georgia. And Harris comes back in for the Dogs, the senior from Iron City, Georgia, making his Bulldog debut tonight.
Well, we've just gone cold shooting. We got to start knocking down some shots here.
Yeah, the Dogs haven't scored in the last 3.5 minutes, and the clock is ticking on it. Severe Wheeler tried to drive around a screen and a defender, and that's a foul called on SMU. And that will be on Kendrick Davis. That's his first. That's 6. Dogs are, well, we've got 7 fouls, so SMU's in the bonus should they go back to the line with 1:55 to go in the half. Mustangs with their largest lead of the half at 5. It's 26-21. Dogs with a chance to do something about that here, though. Fagan on the right wing, far side of the floor. Harris pops out, takes a feed. Quickly gives it to Wheeler. Back to Jordan. Head of steam. Drives. Kick out straight away from under the basket. Fagan hesitates. Misses the three off the left side of the iron. He kind of bobbled the pass from Harris, and it knocked him off stride.
It definitely did. You could see his shot was errant. It was off to the left considerably.
SMU with a basketball now. Jolly across the foul line on the dribble right to left. They go into the corner for a three. They're still cold from long distance. They missed that one, but they get an offensive board from Isaiah Mike. Now SMU will slow it down. Tim Jankovic coaching from behind his team down to the far left end of the floor. They'll reset. 10 seconds on the clock. Davis for three. Front rim, no good. We tap the rebound right back to them. Give them another crack at it.
Well, we had two white shirts there to grab the rebound. We tap it.
Jolly's got it, puts it on the floor, called for traveling. Took the jab step when he was putting it on the floor, and SMU will turn it over with 55.6 seconds to go in half number one. Tim Jankovic going to talk to Chuck Jones, the official that called the travel, about that last call down on the left end. Dogs down by 5. We haven't scored in probably about 4 minutes now. Yeah, it's right at 4. Well, it's over 4 minutes. Almost 5 minutes now since Georgia had its last points. Hammonds bounce feed to Fagan along the baseline. He hooks it up to Harris and spins away from two defenders and lays it up wide open after the spin move from the left side. His first points of the ball game. And that's your Swifty Car Wash Express play of the game. That was nice.
Welcome back, Jordan Harris. We've missed that.
He suckered in the defense into the lane, then spun away to the outside edge of the lane and left himself wide open for a lay-in as a timeout is called. Who called the time? Was it SMU? Yes, they called the timeout, a 30-second time with 30 seconds remaining on the clock, as it should so happen. It's 26-23 now. That two by Harris got the Dogs within one possession. Jordan Harris, again, suspended for the first 9 games. And you look back at his career, Chuck, he's had 30 DNPs in his career. And he's had 21 due to suspension.
Well, last year, if you'll recall, Jordan was having a pretty good year, but he was unhappy with the number of minutes he was getting on the floor. So he went to the coaches and said, what can I do to get more playing time? They told him, start rebounding, start playing defense. He did that. They started giving him more time, and lo and behold, his offense went through the roof. He started doing things like those kinds of shots at the glass, hitting the threes, grabbing rebounds, keying breaks, doing the things that you need to do to be a great teammate and a great basketball player, and I'm just hoping that that's where he's going to pick up right now.
He ended up averaging 8 points a game last year, 3.5 rebounds, but shot 41% on threes.
But he averaged, over those last couple of weeks, he almost averaged a double-double. I mean, he was that good.
15 seconds to go in the half, 8 on the shot clock. No. SMU drives. They call Howard with a goaltend. And they'll give the points to Kendrick Davis on the driving layup from the right side. Rodney got up in the air after it had already kissed off the glass and swatted it away.
Yeah, you got to know better than that. I mean, once it hits the glass, you touch it, it's goaltending.
First points for Kendrick Davis, who is SMU's leading scorer this season, averaging 16 points a game. Those are his first 2 of the night, and it gives SMU a 5-point lead with 11.7 seconds to go. And Georgia will take its use it or lose it timeout here with 11.7 seconds remaining in the first half. 28-23, Dogs trail. Neither team is lighting it up, Chuck. We're shooting 36%. The Mustangs are 34%. But they have taken the rebounding edge by 6, and that's helped them offensively.
And that's where they really have made the difference, is their rebounding on their offensive boards. We've been giving them just too many opportunities there.
Well, the Dogs are going to trail unless something extremely strange happens before halftime, but the Dogs could shorten up the deficit a little bit. We're down 5. We fire it in. Wheeler's got it in the front court, 8 on the clock. Severe attacks the basket. Under the basket, he'll kick it out on the wing for a 3. Hammonds strokes and misses. Oh, what a follow and a dunk by Jordan Harris. That'll get him motivated. My goodness. Nastiness from Jordan Harris. Hammonds missed the 3, but number 2 came flying in there for the dunk follow.
And that brought this Stegman Coliseum crowd, and it's a big one tonight, to its feet. Yeah, and the Dogs leave the floor with a little momentum, although they're down 3.
Mike Peake, who's the last one off the floor heading into the locker room, just got a big old ear-to-ear grin on his face after that play by Jordan Harris. My goodness. Nasty finish, Chuck. 28-25. Well, that should give the Dogs a little bit of a lift going into the locker room.
I hope so, because this is not where we need to be playing in the 25-point range in a half. We need to be playing in that 40-point range in a half. But as you pointed out, Scott, we're going whole stretches, long stretches, without scoring. And you can't do that against a quality team, and SMU is a quality team.
Well, we're at halftime at Stegman Coliseum. Mustangs lead the Dogs by 3, 28-25. It's time now for the Georgia Power halftime report. Georgia Power brings the energy for every game day into your community, too. Visit georgiapower.com/community to learn more. Cabell Philpott will join us from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. It's halftime in Athens. Cabell's next on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
You've been ignoring that knee pain during your morning run. You have a lot of questions about that concussion from the soccer game. That shoulder pain you've been feeling playing tennis is now chronic. At Northside Sports Medicine, we know you don't have to be a pro to be an athlete, which is why we give you access to treatment, technology, and an elite team of sports medicine doctors dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility. Call 1-855-NH-SPORT today so you can get back in the game. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Hi, welcome to this ad for Subway Delivery. How do you want it?
I'll take the home meditation, please.
Ah, very blissful.
The path to fulfill your inner stomach, man. First, align your body with the sofa. Open your mind and order from Subway.com/delivers. Open your door to your delivery order. Open your mouth to a tasty footlong from Subway. All right.
Delivery available in selected areas. See Subway.com/delivers for details.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Show. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs. Live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, here's your host, Cabell Philpott.
Dogs trail the SMU Mustangs at Stegman tonight, 28-25, our halftime score on the hardwood. As we take a look at one other basketball game in progress in the top 25. They're closing it out in Happy Valley. Number 23, Penn State, going to cruise to a victory tonight over Central Connecticut, 80-55. The final score. Central Connecticut 0-6 on the road. Penn State 7-0 at home. They'll more than likely move that record to 8-0. Again, the Nittany Lions up 80-55. Just two games kind of on our radar tonight. The Georgia SMU game, which is at halftime, and the Penn State Central Connecticut game. A very light night in college hoops. Tonight, Georgia's leading scorer at halftime, Rayshawn Hammonds, he has 6 points. 7 Georgia Bulldogs getting in the scoring column, spreading the ball around a little bit tonight, and they trail SMU 28-25 at the break. Georgia fans, be sure to log on to GeorgiaDogs.com and the Georgia Bulldogs app to download the special edition 2020 Sugar Bowl Fan Guide. The digital fan guide highlights everything you need to know heading into the New Year's Day matchup against Baylor in New Orleans. That's the 2020 Sugar Bowl Fan Guide, available on GeorgiaDogs.com and the Georgia Bulldogs app. Well, it is bowl season. When we return on the other side of this timeout, we'll get you caught up on one bowl in the books already and another one in progress currently. We'll run down the day tomorrow, a busy day for the bowl participants tomorrow on December the 21st. Halftime score, Georgia trailing SMU at Stegman 28-25. We'll return right after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
From way downtown.
Nice shot, Dad.
Playing basketball with your daughter and missing on purpose.
Watch this.
These moments make your house home.
Ooh, another brick.
And no one knows that better than Rocket Mortgage. They've simplified the mortgage process so you can focus on what really matters.
How about the best 2 out of 3?
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. Push button, get mortgage. Call 800-QUICKEN today or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
At Georgia Power, we believe our lake should be filled with water, not trash. That a healthy honeybee population will pollinate a healthier environment. That building homes is just as important as powering them. That's why we believe what we do off the grid is just as important as the clean, safe, reliable, affordable energy we provide on it. And that's a different kind of energy. Visit georgiapower.com/community.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The sweet sound of the chapel bell. A time-honored tradition at UGA, signifying everything from acing a test to a big Bulldog win. At Ford Motor Company, we have our own tradition too, building the best-selling trucks in America, Ford F-Series, 42 years straight. F-150 is built to work smart and play hard. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers on F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Did you know Georgia is one of the leading producers of pecans in the entire world? That's how hard Georgia farmers work to help cultivate the state's economy. And that's why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers with agricultural research and assistance programs and access to benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. You can join online for just a few bucks a year. So, get cracking.
It's halftime at Stegman Coliseum. The Georgia Bulldogs trail the SMU Mustangs 28-25 at the break. College football bowl season underway. Earlier this afternoon, the Makers wanted Bahamas Bowl down in the islands. Buffalo pasting Charlotte 31-19. Bulls up 17 points at halftime, and then they would pull away to win the Makers wanted Bahamas Bowl 31-9. Utah State and Kent State in the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl tied at 7. First quarter, 7:20 remaining. Kent State looking to win its first ever bowl game this evening against Utah State. Those two teams currently tied. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, New Mexico Bowl, Central Michigan and San Diego. One that you will want to know about, 19th ranked Boise State and Washington getting together in Las Vegas Bowl as the Huskies try to send Chris Peterson out with a victory. His former team, the Boise State Broncos, looking to do just the opposite. That at 7:30, along with a few other bowl games tomorrow. Georgia trailing SMU 28-25 at the half. When we return, we'll send it back to Stegman Coliseum. Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, first half stats, second half call coming your way right after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world, globally or locally. UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
Hey Bulldog fans, it's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes, earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
Hey, welcome back to Stegman Coliseum. Scott Howard back with you as Georgia trails SMU at the intermission, 28-25. A 3-point lead for the Mustangs as we pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Northside Hospital proudly welcomes the Gwinnett Health System to its family of care with more than 3,500 doctors and 5 hospitals. Your Northside now has expanded services in maternity, orthopedics, surgery, cardiovascular, cancer, and more. Visit them at northsidegwinnett.com. The Dogs shot 36.7%, 11 of 30. SMU 34.3%, 12 of 35. Mustangs cold from 3, just 1 of 14. The Dogs 3 of 13. SMU out-rebounding the Dogs, and they lead by 3, 28-25. Georgia's leading scorer is Hammonds with 6. Second half is on the way next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We're getting you in the zone. Brought to you by AutoZone.
Stolen by Edwards. Shoot to left. Hammonds. Oh, left-handed jam.
Need to get the job done fast? AutoZone can help. Visit AutoZone.com and start the job with free next-day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Get in the zone. AutoZone. The second half is coming up next. This is Bulldogs basketball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SEC basketball is back on SiriusXM. We've got 24/7 talk and analysis on SiriusXM SEC Radio from hosts like me, Chris Childers, Peter Burns, Pat Bradley, and more, as well as live play-by-play. Listen to your favorite team live for $4 per month as long as you're a student. Subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Hoops.
Everyone knows the star players on the court, but what about the ones off the court? Nissan Intelligent Mobility Technologies are calling the shots. They can lend a hand all on their own, whether you're in game day traffic or pivoting into those tight arena parking spots. And when the opposing team's fans suddenly break in front of you, it can even help you stop, so you can keep cheering come game time. Nissan Intelligent Mobility, it's a game changer. Get to Nissan, a proud partner of the UGA Bulldogs. Please see owner's manual for important feature information.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At AutoZone, we know that no two car projects are created equal. That's why we've got more ways for you to get what you need to take care of your ride. With our free same-day store pickup, you can place your order online at AutoZone.com and grab what you need today at your local AutoZone. And if the job can wait until tomorrow, go with our free next-day delivery. You'll get your order at your doorstep the following day and be back on the road in no time. Free next-day delivery on eligible orders over $35. Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hi, welcome to the Subway Fresh Value Meal radio ad. How would you like to hear it?
From a game show host?
All right, let's play.
Thanks, Johnny. Our lucky contestants are playing for a fresh value meal with a 6-inch sub. They'll choose from 6, including a cold cut combo or Black Forest ham, starting at $6 with a 20-ounce drink and chips. Subway, make it what you want.
Fresh value meal sandwiches are prepared in front of you at participating restaurants. Prices and subs included may vary. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. No additional coupons or discounts may be applied.
(28-25) our score at the half as we get set for half number 2. All right, Chucky, what do the Dogs need to do here to turn this around?
Well, first off, you got to keep them off the offensive glass. They are 5 rebounds plus 5 on Georgia, and they're all on the offensive end for SMU. So the Dogs got to do a better job of rebounding on their defensive end and stop SMU from getting second and third shots. And then secondly, we got to get some shots to fall here and get off to a good start in the second half. Listen, we left the court with momentum thanks to that Jordan Harris putback. Let's stay after them here.
Both teams shot less than 38% in the first half. SMU with the first possession of the second half. They work the ball around, find Isaiah Mike, a 6'8" forward on the left wing, open for a 3, and he knocks down his first basket of the half, and that extends the lead 31-25 for SMU. Ball knocked out of bounds down on the baseline as Georgia's on its first offensive possession of the second half. It'll be the Dogs' ball, new 20 on the shot clock. 19:34, just underway here in the second half, and we're down by 6 now. Dogs turn it over. Yep, Crump got knocked to the floor, and we turned over the basketball. We steal it on the other end. Kamara under the basket. He went up high and pulled the ball down. Feed it up ahead. Crump for 3. Missed the bank shot high from the right corner of the backboard. Rebound down to SMU. Not sure if he meant to do that. Here's Mike, wide open 3, left side. Missed it off the rim. Rebound. SMU. Hunt dips in underneath the basket, tries to put it over the front side of the rim, and he missed an easy lay-in. Dogs rebound his miss. Quickly into the front court. Here's Edwards, who played the first half with 2 fouls, not a lot of points. Wheeler stumbles on the drive, loses the handle on the basketball. We turn it over. Mike with a basketball to Davis. Left wing 3, that won't go. Boy, both teams cold. Hammonds with a rebound. Long pass up the floor to Wheeler. Skips it across the paint to Edwards. He drives. He gets the bounce on the rim, and it goes good.
I'll tell you what, he needs to be at the free throw line because he got hit as he was laying that ball up.
31-27. Georgia down 4. SMU with a basketball. Just a little more than 90 seconds gone here in the second half. Dogs in a man-to-man. Oh, there was a travel right there. They didn't call it.
Oh, my God, you're kidding me.
They didn't call it travel. SMU still has the ball. 2 seconds to shoot. Jolly with a spin move. Foul line extended jumper. Knocked it down as the clock is running down.
That was LeBron James style, if you've all seen that video. I mean, just a outright travel and no whistle.
It was like each official was waiting on the other to call it, and none did. 33-27. Dogs trail by 6. Georgia with the ball. Crumps left open for a 3. Can he drain it? You bet he can. Yeah, a little shoulder shimmy back down the other way.
Well, he caught it stepping into it. And that really, he is so much better stepping into that shot.
His second 3 of the game. That's another Scana Energy 3. And now SMU will answer with a drive down the floor by Kendrick Davis all the way to the backboard. And he lays it up and it rolls in over the iron good.
And no Dogs challenged him.
35-30. SMU by 5. Dogs with the ball. Wheeler's got it on the logo. Georgia works from left to right in front of our bench here in this half. Crump with a crossover. Feeds it out to Edwards above the arc. Anthony puts it on the floor. May have gotten away with a travel. Looked like he dragged his feet. Kick out to Hammonds for a 3. Cold-blooded 3 from the left wing. Good. Rayshawn. Another Scana Energy 3 here in the half. his first points of the second half. Give him 9 for the ball game, and the Dogs within 2, 35-33. SMU with the lead, 16:50 to go. Hunt's got the ball, dumps it down low to Shagwa, and Shagwa will catch it off the bounce and lay it up and in. Shagwa's a lot to handle, 6'9", 235 from Tulsa, Oklahoma. They've got some big dudes out there. They've got size edge over Georgia. Hammonds goes for another 3. Strokes the left-hander too long. Missed it high off the glass. And then a foul on the rebound on SMU. Pushing foul on Isaiah Mike as Kamara had the rebound for Georgia. And Mike was fouling him. 37-33 is our score. The Dogs will keep the basketball here. Anthony Edwards to throw it in, unguarded on the right baseline, front court. Feeds it into Hammonds, gives it back to Edwards. Long 3, right wing, no good. Rebound at the foul line, Jolly for SMU.
Boy, Anthony just cold tonight.
Oh, God, they just bowled our guy over, driving to the basket. No whistle there as Crump ended up on his back with his legs draped over his shoulders. 39-33. Points for SMU. Crump tries to answer for 3. Strokes it home. He ripped it right in front of our bench.
The net barely even rippled.
Third 3 of the night for Tyree Crump, the senior from Bainbridge, Georgia. 39-36 is the score now. Mustangs have a 3-point lead in the ball. Davis jogs it up to half court and then walks it into the front side. Quick fire inside to the foul line to Hunt. And a kick out to Mike, inside, outside. Mike drains another 3. Isaiah Mike to make it 42-36, SMU. Well, they were just brutal on 3s in the first half. Dogs missed the first opportunity. Kamara gets an offensive rebound, bounces down and then back up and scores on a putback.
That was good effort by Tamani. Excellent effort.
42-38, Dogs down by 4, 15:08 to go in the ball game. SMU sweeping layup won't go. They get an offensive rebound. They attack with Mike down the lane. Kick out, right corner. Davis, line drive 3, no good. Another offensive rebound. Hunt back to Davis, misses another 3. Another offensive rebound, SMU. Putback rolls off the side. Tap in won't go. They had 4 cracks at it. They missed all 4. Dogs have the possession. And we're down 4. Wheeler moves around the defender, finds Edwards open on the wing with a bounce pass. Anthony will back it up. Edwards with just 4 points in the ball game. Goes inside the arc to Kamara. Back to Edwards, down the lane, missed the lay-in. Knocked to the floor, wanted the call, didn't get the whistle. SMU with a possession. Here's Hunt now. Hesitates, drive, left side of the iron. Puts it up. Shot blocked by Kamara, out of bounds under the basket.
Well, thank goodness for Tamani Kamara. He's given us some good effort on that defensive end and had a nice rebound and put back on the offensive end a few minutes ago. So right now, Tamani doing a good job for us.
14-14 to go in the game. Media timeout at Stegman Coliseum. SMU 42, Georgia 38 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Infrastructure. Have you really stopped to think about what that means to you? Airports, hospitals, education, and economic centers, all built to elevate our lives. But who builds them? The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613, believes we should be those people. It's why we train 5 years in the heat, the cold, day or night, rain or shine. We create a better life for everyone. IBEW Local 613. Everyday people committed to building an extraordinary world.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of UGA football, and every Dogs fan deserves to save money. Get fired up about our low natural gas rates and switch to Scana Energy by calling 877-GO-SCANA or visiting scanaenergy.com. Between the hedges and beyond, Scana Energy is a winning play. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to start saving on your natural gas today.
42-38, SMU with a 4-point lead over Georgia here with 14-14 to go in the ball game. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. For every 3-point shot made by the Dogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia's General Scholarship Fund. The Bulldogs tonight 6 for 20 on 3-pointers. Tyree Crump 3 for 7. Edwards still looking to find his range. He's 0 for 3. 2 for 8 shooting. Hammonds has a 3. Wheeler has a 3. And Christian Brown has a 3 for the Dogs.
But Scott, what's really killing us is us not keeping them off their offensive glass. We're not doing a good job on the defensive glass for us. We are being out. How about this? They've got 17 defensive rebounds. They got 16 offensive rebounds. I mean, that's highly unusual to see a team going to almost 50-50 offensive and defensive rebounds. But we have got to start keeping them off. We can't keep giving them 3 and 4 shots per possession.
They've got the possession here as they'll inbound. Left baseline, left end of the floor. Throw it into their front court. Top of the key. Here's Mike, had it jabbed out of his hands. He turns around and picks it back up. Jordan Harris is guarding him. Now Kendrick Davis going to drive against Severe Wheeler, who tried to go over the top of a screen. Made contact with Davis in that effort, called for the foul. Severe with his first. 42-38, lead is 4 for SMU. Their large lead has been 6. Came in this half. Georgia's large lead has been 4. Davis works against Wheeler. Curls around down the right edge. Off one leg, throws up a high rainbow shot from the right side. That's no good. They get another offensive rebound, and the putback will go for SMU.
It's those extra chances we're giving them.
That's on Isaiah Jacey. That's his first points of the half. He's got 4 in the ball game, the transfer from Texas A&M. Dogs on the front end now. Here's Gresham. He pushed off, no call. Drives inside, and Jacey blocks the shot. Knocks Gresham to the floor. Donnell a little sluggish to get up. They have to help him up. He's still kind of bent over. It's going to be free throws if he's okay to shoot them. Rubbing his head. He must have got hit in the face.
Usually when you explain to them that they're going to be shooting 2, they get better in a hurry.
Chuck Jones going to give Donnell a little bit extra time
there. He's good.
It's kind of like when the catcher takes one behind the plate and the umpire will walk around and dust off the plate. Give you a little extra time to walk that one off. All right, now Gresham's ready to go. Clock stop with 13:27. Donnell at the line.
Yeah, he's feeling good now.
He strokes it home for his first point of the ball game. And this is that's Georgia's first free throw of the night, believe it or not. With 13:27 to go, we finally get to the line. Now, I don't know if that's an indictment on the team or the guys in the striped shirts. What would your call be on that?
It's always on the striped shirts. It always amazes me that they know Tony Schiavone so well. Almost like they work with him.
Talking about the way they call the game, huh? Gresham hits both free throws for the Dogs, an 87% shooter this season, to make it 44-40. Mustangs by 4. They've got the ball into the front court, down to the left. They tried an alley-oop lob from the right corner to the left side of the iron. That failed miserably. The Dogs get the rebound on their miss. Harris, three-pointer, left hand, knocks it down, left wing, good. Jordan Harris. And it's 44-43. Dogs trail by a point. Bandumel has come back in. Emmanuel Bandumel, a junior college transfer from Canada. Dogs are in a zone. SMU back and forth with the ball around the top of the perimeter. Keep the ball outside the three-point line. 6 seconds to shoot. Bandumel open by himself for a 3. Won't go. Rebound. We fight for it. Ball bounces off the floor out of bounds. And it's going to be awarded to SMU.
Boy, even when we hustle and fight on the boards.
Jordan Harris was battling for their rebound, but couldn't corral it. Kamara comes out of the ball game. Christian Brown checks back in. SMU's ball. They lob it in and threw it away on the inbounds. Picked up off the bounce. Gresham. Dogs running left to right. Gresham down the lane. And he turned it over. Threw it back to Harris, and we gave it right back to them. Davis spins away from Christian Brown, and he travels on the other end, and again they don't call it. He jumped in the air with the ball, came back down with the ball, and they turn it over. Wheeler tries to go coast to coast. He misses a running layup. They rebound, fall down, throw it out. Intercepted by Gresham. His putback is good. Donnell gets a field goal finally. He's got 4.
The only thing I can figure is the officials got so swept up in just watching the action, they just forgot that they're also supposed to be refereeing the action.
Well, that's not the first time that's happened. That has given the Dogs the lead, 45-44. 4 points by Donnell Gresham. SMU wants a timeout, and we'll take it with them. 11:55 to go in the game. Georgia by 1 over SMU. Back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Ah, the sweet sound of the chapel bell. A time-honored tradition at UGA, signifying everything from acing a test to a big Bulldog win. At Ford Motor Company, we have our own tradition, too. Building the best-selling trucks in America, Ford F-Series, 42 years straight. F-150 is built to work smart and play hard. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers on F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The holidays are back again, which means it's time to hit the road home. Whether you're racing along winding highways in the Agile 3 Series, conquering terrain in the versatile X3, or just cruising a few blocks to your parents' house in the luxurious X5, the journey should be full of joy. That's the road home, and it begins now. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers. Now through January 2nd. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Hi, welcome to this ad for Subway Delivery. How do you want it?
I'll take the home meditation, please.
Ah, very blissful.
The path to fulfill your inner stomach, man. First, align your body with the sofa. Open your mind and order from Subway.com/delivers. Open your door to your delivery order. Open your mouth to a tasty footlong from Subway. All right.
Delivery available in selected areas. See Subway.com/delivers for details.
Dogs on a 7-0 run lead SMU by 1, 45-44 with 11:55 to play in the ball game. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers.
Scott, we're getting shellacked on the boards. There's no question about that. We're down 8 to them on boards, and they've got more offensive boards now than they do defensive boards. But where we're really able to have this 1-point lead is because behind the arc, we're 7 for 21. We're 33 1/3% behind the arc. They have taken the same number of shots from three-point land, 21. They've hit only 3. So that's what's keeping us in this game right now and actually has us up 1.
Well, as we said, a 7-0 run currently for Georgia, and at the same time, SMU has missed 9 of their last 10 shots. And that combined has given the Dogs a 1-point lead. Mustangs have the possession. They're trying to mop up some moisture on the floor. SMU pointing it out to the ball boy, and he's got the towel down, wiping it up. 11:55 remaining, and it's 45-44 Dogs. Georgia with Rodney Howard, Christian Brown. Now they're got to get the mop.
Oh, now Christian's doing the mopping up.
He went and got it himself.
Yeah.
I know where the wet stuff is on the floor. And it's there where SMU was conducting their timeout. So a lot of guys sweating down there on that end of the floor. Mucked it up pretty good, and now the Dogs got to mop it up. We got to clean up your mess. That's what Christian Brown's telling them. Donnell Gresham trying to get some footing right there in that spot. The Dogs don't want to slip over there playing defense.
Well, no, you don't want anybody to slip. I mean, you can get seriously injured.
Georgia in a zone. Gresham and Wheeler out front. Harris, Howard, and Brown along the back line. SMU goes inside. Big man spin move. Shagwa. He lost the handle, and SMU turns it over again. Ball is loose. We race for it at half court. And Sevier Wheeler, oh gosh, he just ripped open his right knee. He's got skin hanging off his knee. That is a floor burn, folks.
Wow.
And that's going to give us a dead ball and another timeout. Ouch. What an effort by Wheeler.
Painful, too.
45-44. We'll go back into a timeout now. 11:39 to play. Georgia by 1 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Off season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit regions.com/go Dogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Did you know that 1 in 8 Americans struggle with hunger? Yet more than 40% of the food we produce is thrown out. At Kroger, we know we can do something about this. We're donating more food to local food banks through our partnership with Feeding America. And we're working with World Wildlife Fund to end food waste. But we can't do it alone, and we hope you'll join us in creating a world with zero hunger and zero waste. Visit thekrogerco.com to learn how you can help.
Hey, Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, you need to head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub's the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. StubHub's the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there.
You know, you keep waiting, and I think at some point in this game, Scott, I just have a feeling we're going to see Anthony Edwards get hot. You know, he's not had one of his better games tonight. He's struggled some, but I'll guarantee you when that young man, you know, when he starts to feel it, you know, we've seen him take over a game. He could do that.
Well, let's hope he's not hot now because he's on the bench.
Yeah, well, that timing is everything.
Well, they patched up Sevier Wheeler's knee, although you can still see the blood through the padding on his knee. SMU kept the possession, and they only have 4 seconds on the shot clock. Davis straight away with 2 is just going to hoist up a long 3. That's a shot clock violation. They only had 8 seconds when they inbounded, and they were just kind of casually taking their time.
And then he missed everything. He hit the backboard, but you got to hit that iron.
Dogs forced the turnover, and 1 point lead. We've got the ball in front court. Jordan Harris between the circles. Left-hand dribble drive to the rack. Through traffic. Runner won't go. Rebound SMU. Isaiah Mikett, 6'8". Pulled down the rebound. Mustangs out of the corner with Jolly. Up the wing. Give it to Shagwa. Cross court left side. Mike, open 3. That's his 3rd of the half. He had no points at halftime. Now he's got 11. And that has given SMU a 2-point lead. Back in front now, 47-45. Under 11 minutes to play in the ball game. They leave Sevier wide open for a 3. He's not going to pull the trigger, although he hit 1 earlier in this ball game. Harris has got it. Comes near side to Sevier. Left-hand dribble, puts it on the floor. Goes over to Harris. He'll hoist a 3. That's no good. We fight for the rebound, but SMU's Tyson Jolly has his mitts wrapped around the ball. SMU with the possession. They work in the front court down to our left. Jolly jump stop into the paint. Kick out to Isaiah Mike off a curl. Missed that 3. Long rebound. Shagwa got it. Top of the key. It looked like they set a pick to let their guy get the rebound. I'm not sure if that's what I saw, but it's what it looked like. Davis has got it. Tries to drive against Wheeler. Stops. Now starts again. To the rim. Scoop shot good. Kendrick Davis has 6, and the lead grows to 4. Gresham, scoop shot on the other end for Georgia. Underneath the basket, backing his way towards the baseline. He scooped it up and in. He got the bounce, and he got the foul. He'll go to the line. Gresham with a 3-point opportunity to try to make it a 1-point game. It's 49-47. SMU with a 2-point lead as Mike Peake checks in for the Dogs.
The way Donnell shoots free throws, you like his chances, don't you?
Yes, indeed. He's almost 90% for the year. Free throw in the air. It's good. He's 3 for 3 tonight. 7 points in the ballgame.
Predictably good.
Yeah, that's the guy you want on the floor at the end of the game. If it's a free throw shooting contest, that's who's going to have the ball for the Bulldogs anyway. 49-48. This game could end up in that setting here in the next 9 minutes and 55 seconds. 1-point lead for the Mustangs. Guys in blue have the ball. Oh, my goodness. High launch from Davis down low to Isaiah Mike. He caught it below the rim, but he finished above the rim with a tomahawk jam. He's got 13 and a half. He had nothing at intermission. 51-48. SMU leads by 3. Dogs with the ball. As impressive as that play was, it only counted 2. Wheeler along the foul line. Foul line extended right. Knocks down the 17-footer. Inside the women's 3-point line, he knocked it down. 51-50, SMU by 1. Wheeler's first points of the second half. He's got 5 in the game now. As we approach 9 minutes to go, Shagwell left open, shot fake, pulls it down, drives, misses it over Peak. Rebound, Harris underneath the basket for the Dogs. To Wheeler, shoves it up into the front court to Harris. Pull to Gamora for a two-handed finish. Tumani with a flush to make it 52-51 Dogs.
Very unselfish, too, by the Ant-Man. He saw Tumani making that great move on the baseline, fed him perfectly. Tumani finished it nicely, too.
Mike for 3. Knocks down another one. Left corner was open. Isaiah Mike is running us through screens or something. He's getting wide open on these 3 looks. And he's got 16 points, all in this half. 54-52, SMU back in the lead. Dogs with the ball. Wheeler, step back 3. No good. Too deep. Chases down his miss, but couldn't get his hands on it. Knocked it over to Davis. SMU off and running. They launch another one to Hunt. They scooped it up to him. He caught it above the iron and dunked it. And let's check. What's the call? Mike Peake ended up running back behind the basket. What happened back there?
They called timeout, I believe, and now it's going to stretch into a full.
All right, 7:58 to go. Timeout, 56-52. SMU by 4, and we'll take a break with them. Come back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Georgia Power, we believe our lake should be filled with water, not trash. That a healthy honeybee population will pollinate a healthier environment. That building homes is just as important as powering them. That's why we believe what we do off the grid is just as important as the clean, safe, reliable, affordable energy we provide on it. And that's a different kind of energy. Visit georgiapower.com/community.
For up-to-the-second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Bulldog fans. It's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes. Earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
College basketball is back on Sirius XM, 24/7 talk and analysis, as well as live play-by-play on SEC Radio. You can learn more at SiriusXM.com/collegehoops. 56-52, SMU with a 4-point lead over the Dogs with 7:58 to play here at Stegman.
Yeah, we got to lock down Isaiah Mike. He is killing us here in the second half.
Yeah, 16. I mean, he had nothing at halftime. He averages 15 a game. He's their second leading scorer. Well, he's got 16 here in the half now. 4-point lead for the Mustangs. Dogs with the ball. Edwards needs to get going for the Dogs. Here's a three by Anthony. There you go. He strokes it just right of the circle. Anthony Edwards with his first three of the game. He's got 7 points now. If he could get his average, Dogs are going to have a pretty good shot here. The average is just under 20 a game. He's got 7 now. 56-55, SMU with a 1-point lead. Dogs in a 2-3 zone. Davis top of the key, holds it high over his head, goes to his right to Mike. Stolen by Harris, picks it up in the front court. Two-handed jam! The Iron City, Georgia native, flushes it down over the top of the iron to make it 57-56. Oh. And another steal. Harris has got the ball back. Scoop shot won't go. Rebound, touchdown bounds.
That's Georgia ball.
It is. That's what Chuck Jones says.
Okay, good. I don't want to say I don't trust him, but I don't trust him.
Dogs have the possession. 7:05 to play. 57-56 Georgia.
I trust Chuck Jones. I trust anybody named Chuck.
I was waiting on
straight
that.
Up guy.
It took you most of the game to get to that. Dogs will throw it in. Anthony Edwards, they won't guard him. A no-look inbound to Hammonds on the right wing. Stands at the hash. Now puts it on the floor. Drives towards the baseline. Hands off to Edwards. He screens. Anthony misses a three from the right corner. The rebound will be touched out by Tumani Kamara, and it'll belong to SMU. Mustangs down a point. 6:56 to go. First ever meeting between Georgia and SMU. Mustangs with the ball. Edwards a little bit of pressure in the backcourt on Davis. He'll flip it across the way to Isaiah Mike, and he'll hop into the front court. We'll trap him. He'll pivot and split the defense and give it back to Davis. 18 on the shot clock. Now less than that. Dogs in a zone defense back on the left end of the floor. Georgia by 1, 57-56. Shot fake Jolly. Dribbles inside to the foul line. Gives it out to Davis, top of the key. Forces up a three with 6 seconds to go. No good. Kamara with the rebound. Outlet to Gresham. Into the front court he comes. Feeds it back behind him to Edwards. Anthony near sideline will back away. Hammonds to set a screen on the right side. Edwards still dribbling with the left hand. Moves to his left. Looking. 15 on the shot clock. Still dribbling. Through the legs. Now he's going to launch a three. Missed it off the front of the iron. Rebound to Isaiah Mike at 6'8". Skip it up ahead to Hunt. Bobbled the bounce pass. Now got control, and they keep the possession. Here's Mike inside, one-handed jam right over the top of Ty Fagan. Wow. He got postered.
Well, we got a little discombobulated on defense that time. He was wide open coming down the lane.
1-point lead for the Mustangs. They're ramping up their inside game here in the second half. Hammonds, they're not giving much ground on the baseline. He'll spin the other direction, go inside, missed his first shot, got his own miss, and his putback is no good, and he's fouled on the second attempt by Tyson Jolly, the 6'4 guard from Oklahoma. The transfer from Baylor in junior college commits the foul that puts Rayshon at the free throw line. Not a lot of whistles here in the second half. That's only the fourth foul on SMU. Georgia's only been whistled for one as Rayshon gets into double figures, knocks down the free throw, his first opportunity of the night. He's got 10 in the ball game, and he's Georgia's leading scorer tonight. We're tied at 58. The left-hander from Norcross, too deep on that one. Rebound, Fagan, and Mike reaches in there, and they tie him up. Georgia has the arrow, however.
How do you call a tie-up on that? If he reached in, he only touched it. He didn't tie it up.
The Dogs will get the possession. 5:30 to go in the game. 20 on the shot clock. Fagan slaps the ball. Inbounds it to Hammonds. Runs into a double team on the baseline. Leans away. Finds Kamara at the foul line. Tumani spins and loses the handle. as defense was swatting at the basketball. They knocked it loose from it. SMU with a takeaway. Jolly into the front court. Tyson Jolly averages 14.6 a game, third leading scorer on the team, has 8 tonight. He fires cross court to Kendrick Davis, the guard. 9 to shoot. Davis matched up with Kamara. One hands it into the corner. Now out top of the key to Mike. Sidesteps the defender. Moves to his left. Misses the long three. Rebound Tumani in the circle. Gives it to Fagan into the front court. Ty will walk it across and hand it off to Donnell Gresham. 58-58 with 4:40 to go. This one looks like it's going to come down to the wire. Hammonds has it just inside the three-point line. Finds Edwards posted up down low. Get him the ball and lay it in good.
And he got slammed as he was laying it up and no whistle.
Pleading his case, but you're right. There's no whistle. Plain to catch for the officials tonight. Davis with an alley-oop to Hunt, and he missed it coming down the right baseline. He went up high in the air, got the ball, but bounced it off the iron, and then a pushing foul on SMU after the miss. That was on Jolly, I believe.
It was.
It on.
It was. They got Tyson Jolly coming in there, so now the Dogs up by 2 and with the basketball.
60-58 Dogs. Georgia to bring it up the length of the floor. Shagwa will check out for SMU and Tim Jankovic club. And they have inserted Isaiah J.C., the 6'10", 250-pounder, into the ball game. Give him a little more size in the post down there. Dogs by 2 with the ball. Kamara above the arc on the right side. Thought about the three, didn't pull the trigger. Hands it to Hammonds. He'll work his way inside the lane. Slides in, lays it up with the left hand. It rolls across the iron, falls through good. Hammonds got just enough of the roll. Long pass down the other end. Blocked away off the iron by Kamara. They're going to call a goaltend.
Yeah, they did. Now, I got to tell you, I couldn't tell. It didn't look to me like it had touched the iron, and it didn't look like to me it had touched the glass.
Well, that'll be a dead ball after the goaltend on Georgia. 3:51 to go, and a timeout here at Stegman. 62-60. Georgia leads SMU by 2. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
You've been ignoring that knee pain during your morning run. You have a lot of questions about that concussion from the soccer game. That shoulder pain you've been feeling playing tennis is now chronic. At Northside Sports Medicine, we know you don't have to be a pro to be an athlete, which is why we give you access to treatment, technology, and an elite team of sports medicine doctors dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility. Call 1-855-NH-SPORT today so you can get back in the game. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
When you're getting ready to cheer on the Bulldogs, bring more flavor to the game with Cheez-It and Pringles. And now, Cheez-It and Pringles give you the chance to win the biggest prize of the season, a trip to Atlanta to hoop it up with the stars at the Celebrity Crunch Classic. Visit CelebrityCrunchClassic.com for entry details and official rules. No purchase necessary. Ends 3/8/20. Void where prohibited. Stock up on Cheez-It and Pringles. Enter for your chance to win. And go Dogs!
An auto policy from State Farm gets you collision coverage. And this radio ad from State Farm gets you coverage of this beloved 90s hit.
I hit a car. I hit a car. I hit a car. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. My agent's gonna help me.
For more coverage, visit statefarm.com.
Dogs by 2 as we hit the home stretch here at Stegman Coliseum. 3:51 remaining. Georgia 62, SMU 60. This recap is brought to you by Regions. Get a Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order your Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card today. It's been tight throughout. SMU's largest lead is 6, and that came in the first 15 seconds of this half. Georgia's largest lead of the game has only been 4. And we've been back and forth a number of times. It's been close throughout, as we said. Not great shooting tonight by either team, although Georgia's 50% here in the second half, shooting 43% for the game. SMU still under 40% for the game overall at 39.5%. Mike has really done a lot for them here in the second half. All 18 of his points coming in the second half for Isaiah Mike. Georgia's leading scorer is Rayshawn Hammonds with 12. He's the only Bulldog in double figures.
And there's, like you said, 10 lead changes in this game. I mean, it's been a good one, and we expected that. I got to tell you, Georgia has tested itself with a tough schedule. And we got another non-conference. We got a game with Memphis coming up. At Memphis.
Yeah, and 2 before that here at home, Georgia Southern and Austin Peay. That you would hope Georgia could take care of business in those games to set up our trip to Memphis on January 4th. 62-60, Dogs with the ball. We work in the front court with 10 on the shot clock. Wheeler attacks down the lane. Kick out. Open 3. Hammonds. Good! Rayshawn rips it from the left wing.
Oh, a clutch shot, Ray.
15 for Hammonds. 65-60. Georgia's largest lead of the ball game. SMU's picked up the dribble in backcourt. Davis just does get it across.
Oh, he did. Dogs made him take some time back there.
I mean, the shot clock was at 20 when he got the ball into the front side. Jolly attacks left baseline, throws it up. Oh, it hangs on the far side of the iron and falls through. Gravity stinks. He got fouled, too. Hammonds with the foul. And that'll send Jolly to the free throw line for a three-point opportunity. 65-62. Georgia by 3. Jolly to the line. 77% foul shooter. And he bounces that one in all over the place. 3 for 4 from the line tonight for Jolly. Neither team has made a living at the free throw line. Georgia's 4 for 5. SMU's 4 for 5. 2-point lead for the Dogs. We've got the ball. Less than 3 minutes to play. 65-63 Georgia. Wheeler out of the corner, far side of the floor. Bounce feed to Edwards. Slices through the lane to the rack. Layup good, Anthony Edwards. In double figures with 11. 67-63. Ball loose in the front court. Davis tries to chase it. Wheeler tries to get to it. He's called for a push. Severe with a foul. That's going to be the second on the freshman guard for the Dogs. 5'10 freshman from Houston, Texas, picks up number 2. 2:36 to go. SMU's ball. They'll inbound front court near sideline. They trail by 4, 67-63. Here's Jolly with the ball. Left-hand dribble on the left wing to Mike, who flashes out front. Mike's got it back. Overhead pass inside. Then they quickly go out. Shagwa tried to send it into the corner. Edwards got a hand on it. And the ball skyrockets over the SMU bench out of bounds.
Anthony Edwards has great anticipation, but he's even quicker with his hands. I mean, once he anticipates, he gets those hands in a passing lane. He gets a lot of deflections, gets a lot of steals.
SMU inbounds south end of their bench with 10 on the shot clock. Now less than that. Davis has got it behind the screen. He dribbles to Hunt. No, that was Jolly for a step. Was that a 3 or a 2?
Yeah,
I got screened out. Jolly hit a 3 from the right corner. And he's got 14 in the ball game. And that makes it a 1-point lead for Georgia, 67-66. There's a steal by SMU to Davis down the lane. Laying good against Kamara. And SMU has taken the lead on a mistake by Georgia.
Yeah, Severe made a careless pass, just a freshman mistake.
Turnover number 14 for the Dogs. We're down 1 now. We were up 5, and suddenly we're on the short end of the score with 1:38 and the clock ticking. 68-67. Hammonds along the baseline. Underneath, throws the ball straight up and got the call. He got fouled. He's going to get 2 shots out of that. The foul was on Ethan Shagwa, 6'9 junior forward from Tulsa, Oklahoma. That'll put Hammonds on the line. Clock stopped with 1:34 remaining, and Dogs down 1, 68-67. Hammonds for the year came in at 70% from the line this season, and tonight he's 1 for 2. And that one will touch every part of the rim before falling through good. 16 in the game for Rayshawn now.
I'm having to lean all over my chair to get balls to drop through.
Well, keep it up. That body English is working.
When they're bouncing.
I'm having to do that just to see. That one rims out, no good. Rebound, Chagua. Boy, he pushed Kamara right out of the way. Again, the whistle doesn't blow. We're tied at 68. 1:26 to go. Didn't we say about 5 minutes ago this one was going to come down to the wire?
You accurately predicted the conclusion of this game.
You could kind of see it the way it was working and cooking all night long. SMU with 7 on the shot clock. Top of the key, Mike guarded. Oh, that's a mismatch. Guarded by Wheeler. Mike spins into a double team, loses his balance, and travels. Wow. Dogs get bailed out there. They had Isaiah Mike at 6'8", and a severe Wheeler and a defensive switch was on him.
Well, once he picked up his dribble and started to lose his balance, Dogs wisely backed away, covered all of his options. So he just fell, and there was your travel.
Dogs with a chance to break the tie. We're knotted at 68. We've got the ball. Trying to get it to Edwards. Finally, Anthony has to go all the way to half court to get the pass from Wheeler. 12 seconds on the shot clock, now less than that. Edwards around the screen. Jumper in the circle. No good. Rebound. Kamara had his hands on it, knocked it into the corner. SMU's going to chase it down. 36 seconds to go. We're tied. 8 seconds difference, shot clock and game clock, and SMU's Tim Jankovic will call a time.
Well, Georgia got the shot the way they wanted to get the shot. They had the guy taking it they wanted to take it. It just didn't go. Georgia almost had the rebound, but now SMU's got an opportunity here. See if they can't take a lead and give the Dogs precious little time to work with to come back. Let's see.
Well, Edwards has had a rough night shooting tonight, Chuck. Just 1 for 6 on threes, 5 for 14 overall with 11 points. Hammonds is the guy that has been doing most of the work offensively tonight. He's 6 of 13. He's hit a couple of threes. He's got 16 points and is leading Georgia in scoring as we're tied at 68 with 32.4 seconds remaining. SMU trying to go to 9-1, pick up a road win against a Power 5 conference. Georgia trying, this would be Georgia's best win of the season if the Dogs are able to pull it off. And Georgia looking for its 7th win in 10 ball games.
What we need right now is a little ho ho ho, little Santa Claus, give us a gift.
A little Christmas magic, huh? Well, we're capable. 68 apiece. SMU called a full timeout. They broke away from the huddle, and then their head coach whistled them back in. Oh, and one more thing. Let me tell you this. And we come out of the huddle with Donnell Gresham, Severe Wheeler, Anthony Edwards, Kamara, and Rayshawn Hammonds.
All right, now let's see if this Stegman crowd can really get into this and help push the Dogs over the top.
SMU's got the ball, and there's 8 seconds difference between the game clock and their possession clock. Isaiah Mike will lob it into the back.
Come on, Dog fans. Tom Crean pleading for it.
He's asking for noise.
Make it tough on them.
68 apiece. SMU into their half-court set. Tyson Jolly drives against Kamara to the rack. Hooks it up. Won't go. They tried to tap it in. They missed. We rebound. Hammond's got the Oh my gosh, they called a tie-up. And SMU has the possession.
Timeout.
Wow.
Hammonds had called timeout.
We didn't get the time. They called the possession. They called the jump ball, the tie-up. Crowd not happy with the officials. SMU's got the possession with 18 and a half. Wow. Brutal. Mustangs to inbound under their basket. They'll throw it in to Chagua. He gets it to Davis. The clock begins to tick down. We're tied at 68. 10 seconds to go. SMU with the possession. Edwards knocks it out of Jolly's hands. He gets it back. Jolly drives, works against Ant-Man, leans in. We block the shot. We pick up the ball. 1.5 seconds left. There's another tie-up.
No, he called a timeout. My gosh, how bad can the official be?
Now the officials are asking, does Georgia want the time? Well, if they called the second jump ball, they called the second tie-up. We have the arrow now.
Regardless, but that was that was just blatant. Tom Hammonds is signaling timeout, and they're calling jump ball. Oh, my goodness.
Several of Georgia's staffers in the huddle, breaking out of the huddle to kind of let the official get a bit of an earful, and we've got other guys in our huddle trying to keep everybody corralled up so that we don't get a technical of anything. And now the officials are going to look at the replay monitor down to our left.
Well, and that's probably just to see about putting time back on the clock. But I also hope they see that Tom Hammonds was calling timeout before
or Rayshawn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Rayshawn Hammonds was calling timeout.
Well, there's 1.5 seconds left. 68-68 is our score. And they're going to talk to the timekeeper, and they're going to put some time back on the clock. Or they're going to add some time, 0.3 of a second. 1.8. Georgia has the possession. And whether or not, I mean, Hammonds had 2 rebounds and both times tried to call timeout, and he was not granted either timeout. And SMU took that opportunity to get hands on the basketball and call the tie-up. So they got one, and now we have one. But we've only got 1.8 seconds, and we'll have to bring it up the length of the floor. Try to get a shot off, try to win the game to avoid going to overtime. We're tied at 68. Well, you don't have much time to do much of anything. You got to get a good inbounds pass and hopefully get it into the front court to give yourself a chance. And we'll have Kamara, Jordan Harris, and Edwards, Wheeler, and Hammonds on the floor. Rayshawn to throw it in. And the 6'10" Isaiah J.C. will guard the inbounds pass. And he can move. No, he has to stay. I was going to say he can move along the baseline, but that's incorrect. He has to stay put. Their guy's jumping. Oh, he just traveled. He just ran. Hammonds just ran along the baseline before the inbounds, and now SMU will get it at that spot with 1.8 seconds to go. We turned it over. They told Rayshawn, you got to stay there.
You got to stay there,
and he ran along the baseline.
He did.
And we turned it over. Now they'll call a 30-second.
Only they don't have to go the length of the floor.
No, they get to inbound under their basket. So it's more like a catch and shoot, 1.8 seconds to go. A little more time when you're at that location on the floor. Wow. I think we called the 30. So both teams are huddled up, standing around their head coaches. Tied at 68. With 1.8 seconds to go in the contest, SMU will get to inbound on their end of the floor. Now who's going to inbound it? Where they're I guess it's going to be Tyson Jolly to inbound. Just to the left of the basket on the baseline there. 1.8 to go. And they've got Shagwa down on the left block and Hunt up at the high post. And Davis is in the far right corner. Jolly slaps the ball, looks under the basket, nothing there. Still looking. How about a 5 count?
They got it. That's what they got.
5 count. Oh, so Georgia gets it back. Wow. They didn't inbound the ball. They got a 5 count, so Georgia will get it again. 1.8. Clock hasn't moved, and it's been turned over twice.
That is amazing.
So Georgia's going to get another crack at it here. And Hammonds, now the official's telling him, you got to stay right here. You cannot run along the baseline. He's telling him.
And you got to turn it within 5 seconds.
He told him twice. We throw it into Edwards. And he'll heave a three-quarter court shot that's nowhere near the basket or the backboard as the horn sounds to end regulation. So we'll go to overtime.
Wow. Well,
5 minutes on the clock, and we'll play.
That was one of the stranger endings I have seen to a regulation in quite some time. But
yeah, 2 opportunities to try to win the game, and 2 turnovers before the ball was even inbounded. So we go to overtime here in Athens. Georgia and SMU tied at 68. Dogs shot 44% in regulation, 41% for the Mustangs. Rebounding was probably the largest difference there to put SMU where they are. 44 rebounds for the Mustangs, 35 for the Dogs. They had 20 offensive rebounds, only 12 for Georgia. And if they make a handful more of those shots, we're not talking about overtime.
You're exactly right. I got to tell you something, too, is that Georgia now has got to figure out a way to get some momentum and a little energy. They did not finish this game as strongly as they'd have liked, because if they had, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about overtime. But they got to find a way to recapture the energy they had in that 5-minute to 2-minute time frame of the end of regulation.
Yeah, it took a while. We turned it over without inbounding the ball, then they turned it over without inbounding the ball with 1.8 seconds to go. And we have reached some free basketball here in Athens tonight. Dogs at 6-3, trying to win that 7th game of the year. SMU at 8-1. They haven't played before tonight for the last 13 days, and some of the rust kind of shows for the Mustangs.
Well, it did in the first half, I think, a little bit. You know, they were not shooting it well. They've shot it well here in the second half.
They are 2-0 on the road this year, try to go to 3-0. Their best win, probably, you look at their schedule, is their road win at Evansville, a 2-point win over Evansville, the team that went into Rupp Arena and upset Kentucky earlier this season.
Yeah, they went from the first half. They were shooting 34% in the first half. They've shot 47% here in the second half. And that's made a huge difference for them on the scoreboard. But listen, you know, we've had our struggles too. So
Hammonds has had a nice outing for us tonight, though, Chuck. His third double-double this season, the 5th of his career, 16 points and 10 rebounds, leads the Dogs in both of those categories. Edwards, the only other player in double figures. He has 11, but it's taken him 14 shots to get to 11 points. They have 3 players in double figures. Isaiah Mike, who had all 18 of his points in the second half, and then Ferron Hunt with 14 and Tyson Jolly with 14. Now we're going to jump it off here with Tumani Kamara for the Dogs and Ethan Shagwa for SMU. There's the toss and the tap controlled by the Dogs as Kamara taps it back to Severe Wheeler. And we'll play 5 more minutes, tied at 68. Hammonds has it, left baseline, goes under the basket, throws it into the paint, off the hands of Edwards, out on the wing, and Mike tried to pick it up for SMU, and Wheeler fouled him.
And thankfully he fouled him, because let me tell you, they had 3 on none headed down the floor.
3rd foul on Severe Wheeler. Tim Jankovic is pleading for an intentional foul.
Yeah, that's what Davis is trying to say. He grabbed me intentionally, and that's not the case.
Well, they didn't call it, so they're not going to go back and change it. It might be a miracle they even call the foul at all, the way this one has gone tonight. The whistle hasn't blown for either team a whole lot. Dogs in a zone, SMU with the basketball. We're tied at 68. We're in overtime. 4:30 on the overtime clock. Long 3 by Isaiah Mike. Right wing is good. 21 points for Isaiah Mike, all after halftime. That's his 4th 3 of the night, and SMU has a 71-68 lead. 4:12 to go, now less than that in overtime. Harris has it in front of our bench to our right. Curls off the wing, fires to Wheeler, gives it to Hammonds. Rayshon going to dribble and drive, scoop shot with a left hand down the right edge. Will not go, but he was fouled. He'll go to the line and get 2 there. Let's pause. 10 seconds. Station identification. Bulldog Sports Network. Hammonds' first free throw, good with a left hand. That was the 7th foul on SMU, 3rd on Ethan Shagwa. So the Dogs in the bonus here in overtime. Georgia's only got 4 fouls here in the second half. Hammonds now with 17 points in the ball game, looking for 18. Free throw is good, and it's a 1-point lead for SMU. 71-70 Mustangs.
Dogs applying that little bit of full court pressure, see if they can make them take some time.
Davis in his neon shoes in the backcourt, passes to Mike, steps into the front side now, 21 on the shot clock. Jolly has it, curls away from Gresham on the far side of the floor. Now they give it back to Kendrick Davis, the guard. Crossover dribble with a screen. Runs into a double team down on the block. Kick it out to Shagwa for a three. Won't go. Rebound. SMU. Put back is good by Isaiah Mike. That guy's just been a killer. 20 points for Isaiah Mike, all since halftime. 73-70, SMU by 3. Wheeler just holding unguarded in front of our bench. Now he'll dribble it. Now he kills the dribble. Goes to Hammonds. Above the arc, left side of the floor. Puts it on the floor with the right hand. Spins inside the foul line. Scoop shot off the glass. Won't go. Ripped down off the iron by Tyson Jolly. 3:05, 3:04, 3:03 in overtime. SMU with the ball and a 3-point lead. Davis playing keep away with his dribble as he runs away from Severe Wheeler on the far side. Now puts his backside into Severe's belly and will turn around, drive to the basket. Knocked out of the hands by Hammonds. He got it back, missed the lay-in. Rebounded by Edwards for Georgia. Hammonds stripped him on the first attempt. He got the ball back, but the shot was an air ball as it sailed high over the iron, and Edwards took it away for the Dogs. Now Georgia on the offensive end. Kamara in the lane. Fadeaway 2, point-blank range. Off the rim twice and off. No good. Off to the right. It caromed all the way around the rim. Left side, right side, and then down into the hands of an SMU player. Mustangs with a rebound. They have a 3-point lead and the ball. 2:15 to go in overtime. One-handed bullet pass down on the baseline to Isaiah Mike, and a foul whistled against Georgia. Foul is on Severe Wheeler. That's only the 5th foul on the Dogs, but I believe it's going to be 2 foul shots for SMU, I think. Is Mike in the act of shooting? Did he have the intent?
No.
They're not going to be in the act of shooting.
I was going to say, he was driving. And
yeah, SMU's going to inbound. 20 on the shot clock, 2:13 to go. They lead by 3. Crump is in for Georgia. Gresham. Fagan is in for Georgia. Edwards and Hammonds. That's our 5.
And now we go man-to-man. We've been in zone. Now we're back into man-to-man.
Davis guarded by Fagan. He dribbles just inside the half-court line on the logo. Walks slowly to his right. 7 on the shot clock. He sets a screen. He goes opposite the screen. Drives. Fagan blocks his lay-in attempt. Picked up off the bounce. Edwards down the middle of the floor. Kick out to Hammonds on the left side. Doesn't pull the trigger on the 3. Gives it up the wing to Edwards. And now we'll have to slow it down. 145, 144. We may have missed a break opportunity there. Don't know. Rayshawn didn't pull the trigger on the 3, but he had blue shirts around him. Fagan with a right hand. Scoops it to his left to Hammonds. Gives it back to Crump. He'll launch a 3. They partially got a piece of it. We save it underneath the basket. Fagan picked it up on the bounce and laid it up and in under the bucket. Tie with 4, and it's a 1-point game again, 73-72. Ball never went out of bounds. They tipped Crump's 3-point attempt, and the ball just died under the basket. It stayed in play. Fagan got it and laid it up and in. 67 seconds to go in overtime. Jolly down the lane, drives, layup from the left side, off the window, and good, and a foul.
Oh, my goodness.
16 for Jolly. Fouls on Fagan. 3-point opportunity coming up for SMU. They lead by 2. 75. Lead by 3, 75-72. And Jolly with a free throw can make it a 2-possession game with 65 seconds remaining in the contest. Jolly at 77% from the line this season. Missed it. It's a 3-point game. Rebound goes to Edwards for Georgia. Slowly walks it towards the half-court line. Walks it through the circle on the logo. Less than a minute to play. We're down 3. Handoff on the wing to Crump. Cross court to Fagan. He backs up high on the left wing. Now between the circles. Go to Edwards. We move without the ball. Jab step Anthony. Work it into the corner. Gresham's got it. Only 8 seconds to go. Edwards deep 3. No good. 30-footer. Rebound SMU. Stripped away by Gresham. Knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Ponies basketball. 36.8 seconds to go. They lead by 3. And they're about to have the possession. Isaiah Mike to inbound. Georgia substitutes. Fagan and Crump come out. And we get Wheeler and Jordan Harris back in. Edwards, Gresham, and Hammond stay on the floor. They try to run the home run ball, but they shy away from it. Instead, Mike will throw it to Hunt inside the half-court line. And Davis fouled in the backcourt by Anthony Edwards. A behind-the-back dribble by Davis to get away from Edwards. And Anthony reaches across and fouls him. 7th team foul, so it's going to be 1-1 for SMU. They're up by 3 with 32.1 seconds remaining. Davis to the line. He hadn't missed a foul shot all year. He's 18 for 18, 100%.
So he's made every shot he's taken?
From the free throw line.
Every single one of them?
Yes.
And still has.
He made that one. He's 19 for 19 this year. These are his first free throws tonight.
Scott was trying.
Well, try it again. It's 2 possessions now. It's a 4-point lead for the Mustangs. 32.1 seconds to go. We're in overtime after being tied at 68 at the end of regulation. Davis hit them both. He's in double figures with 10. Dogs got to go in a hurry. We zip it up to Crump. Back to Wheeler. Wheeler curls under the basket. On the wing to Crump for a 3. Good! He ripped it. 24 seconds. We call time. 2-point game. 77-75. Crump with another 3. His 4th of the ball game. He's got a dozen points.
Well, you predicted that this could come down to a free throw shooting contest, and that's what we're going to have now. We got to make sure that they get the ball into the hands of their worst free throw shooter. We got to foul him for the 1-and-1.
Well, as we had talked earlier in the ballgame, they don't have too many of those.
Yeah, their team is among the better free throw shooting teams in the country. So,
as a team, they shoot 79%. I mean, that's off the chart. And depending on who they have on the floor, obviously Davis would be the guy they want to have the ball in his hands. He's 20 for 20 at the line this season. Jolly has missed some tonight, but started this ball game at 77%. Hunt's a 77% foul shooter. Mike's a 90% foul shooter. So they're going to try to they're going to try to keep the ball in the hands of Davis. With 24.4 seconds to go, they lead by 2, 77-75. We're in overtime here at Stegman Coliseum. First overtime game of the year for the Bulldogs. And I'm checking to see this is the first overtime game of the year as well for SMU. SMU goes home to host Georgia State in its next game. That'll be on Monday. And Georgia will be home to host Georgia Southern Monday night. That's a 7 o'clock contest. Georgia Southern's jamming a lot of games here in the next few days. They played last night, beat Texas State 67-64. They play again tomorrow. They'll play Texas Arlington tomorrow, and then they come to Athens and play the Dogs on Monday.
That's a lot of
3 games in less than a week.
Yeah, it is. That's a deep bench.
Dogs huddled up around head coach Tom Crean. And SMU the same down on the left end of the floor around their 4th-year head coach Tim Jankovic. 77-75, Mustangs by 2 over the Dogs. SMU will have the possession after Crump hit a 3 for Georgia just seconds ago. $10,351, the announced attendance tonight. Almost a sellout. Less than 200 tickets shy of that. All right, Dogs come out of the huddle with Fagan, Christian Brown, Donnell Gresham. Let's see who. Fagan leaves the floor, so it's Edwards and Harris, Gresham, Hammonds, and Brown. And we'll match up man-to-man all over the floor. SMU will inbound. They'll have to bring it up the length of the floor. It's Isaiah Mike at 6'8" to inbound. Right now, no one's guarding the inbound. We've got 2 guys on Davis, Gresham and Edwards. Mike runs the baseline, throws it into the corner. They get it back to Mike. Oh, Davis is wide open at midcourt now. He's got the ball. He's just going to dribble it until we foul him. He passes it off to Jolly. Got to foul him with 15.8 to go, and we do. Reach in and grab his elbow. Tyson Jolly.
Took forever to get that foul.
I can't believe Davis didn't just hang on to the basketball. We had 3 white shirts converge on him, and he passed it away to Jolly, who, again, came into the game 77%, but 3 for 5 from the line tonight. So 2-point lead for SMU, 15.8 seconds to go. We're in overtime. Georgia players asking for some noise from the crowd standing here at Stegman. Jolly's free throw. He missed it. Front end of the 1-and-1. No good. Dogs for the rebound. A chance to tie with a 2, win with a 3. 10 seconds to go. Wheeler's got the ball. High right wing. Wheeler drives down the lane. Drives, lays it up and in. We're tied with 3.7 seconds to go. Wheeler took it all the way inside. SMU kind of backed away, and Wheeler banked it in on a running layup off the backboard to tie it at 77.
I got to tell you, the little fella made a great spin move, too, in the paint, and then found the glass and got it to go for him. So now we got that 3.7. Oh, my goodness. Scott, we'll play a little D here now.
A little bit.
Little D.
3.7 seconds in overtime. 77 apiece. Wheeler ties it up. 7 points in the ballgame tonight for the 5'10 freshman from Houston, Texas. Donnell Gresham will check back into the ballgame for Georgia. SMU will no doubt be looking for a long pass or something short to Kendrick Davis and let him try to sprint it up into the front court.
They came over and checked the time. They've added 0.3 of a second to go from a full 4 seconds.
And at a full sprint, that's about the time it takes you to cover the length of the floor. So if you're not impeded by the defense, you can make it from one end to the other just on the dead sprint. But let's hope Georgia, as you said, plays some defense here on this, what may be the final possession of the ball game. 4 seconds left, overtime, number 1 anyway. 77-77 is our score. SMU is going to have an opportunity to try to break that tie and break our hearts. Ferron Hunt this time to inbound the basketball. We match up all over the floor. Gresham, Wheeler, Harris, Edwards, Hammonds, our 5. Hunt throws it into Davis. Here he goes. He's trying to sprint against Wheeler. You don't want to foul. Shot clock runs out. Davis hoists the 3. They let him. It would have counted if it went, but it didn't. It hit the rim on the 3-point shot. He got a good look at it from the right side and close to the 3-point line. It wasn't like a 40-foot prayer. It was a 23-foot shot.
Give full credit to Severe Wheeler. When the inbounds pass came to Davis, what he did was he forced him to the side. That ate some time up, and then as he crossed half court, he was already in a position where he was going to need to get the ball up in a hurry. And Severe had him pushed out to an area where he really wasn't real comfortable, and the ball came up short. And that's what you needed at that point, which is good defense, and Severe Wheeler played it. We've mentioned before he can be annoying if he's guarding you, and he certainly was that time, and it paid off for the Dogs.
Overtime number 2 coming up. Tied at 77. When Wheeler kind of backed away and let him go, I looked up at the clock, and there were 0.8 of a second, and that's when he was trying to shoot. And even though he was close for a 3 and had his head and his eyes in the right direction, Kendrick Davis never really able to get his body set, and his 3-point attempt came up short off the rim. And we'll play another 5 minutes here at Stegman Coliseum. Double overtime affair here tonight in the first ever meeting between Georgia and SMU. So Severe Wheeler sends this game to overtime for the Dogs as Jolly missed his 3rd free throw of the night for SMU on one end, the front end of the 1-and-1. He missed the foul shot. The Dogs rebounded. Wheeler ends up with the ball in the front court, dribbles out some clock, and then just explodes down the lane, driving to the basket for the layup. Tied the game at 77 apiece. And they put a few tenths back on the clock and gave SMU 4 seconds to try to win the ball game. They failed to do so, so we go to second overtime, tied at 77.
Well, I don't know. The last time we had a double overtime game, Scott, it's been a while.
Hammonds with a double-double tonight, leading Georgia, 18 points and 10 rebounds. Crump has a dozen. Edwards has 11. Those are our three in double figures. Isaiah Mike's the leading scorer in the game. He's got 23 all since halftime. Another tap, and they're going to do it again because they had a false tap.
Yeah, but they were the ones that mistimed the jump.
They're going to do it again. We got the tap on the first time, and their guy jumps again early. Their guy's jumping. Ferron Hunt is jumping before he's throwing up the
Chuck
basketball.
Jones has got the right call. He said, yeah, it goes to Georgia. I mean, they were the ones that jumped early last time.
So Georgia will go to the sideline and inbound it from there. Severe Wheeler will throw it into the backcourt to Anthony Edwards, and we'll start the second overtime finally. 77 apiece. Hammonds with the ball on the wing. Top of the key goes to Kamara. He'll send it over to Crump, who has a dozen tonight. Tyree dribbles, runs into Edwards, knocks him down, and Jolly fouls all at the same time. Crump and Edwards, their spacing was poor to say the least. And then Jolly, he had the poorest play of all. He fouls Edwards as Anthony was falling down after running into Crump, or Crump ran into him. Nonetheless, that's going to put Anthony Edwards on the foul line for 1-1.
Well, Jolly certainly regrets that. I mean, when you've got the Dogs at, 25 feet from the basket and two of them collide and then you commit the foul.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not the way to win your coach's admiration.
Edwards at the foul line for the Dogs, 75% this season. The right-hander from Atlanta knocks down his first free throw attempt of the ball game. That gives him 12 points here. We're in double overtime, 78-77, Georgia with a 1-point lead. Second free throw's in the air, all nets, good for the Ant-Man. 13 for Anthony, and it's 79-77. .440 on the clock, second overtime. Kendrick Davis walks it into the front court, left wing, now back across the top of the formation. Gives it to Mike to his left. Overhead pass to Davis. Shot fake on the three. Hammond stretches out the defense. Davis kills the dribble, sends it to his right to Tyson Jolly. He'll put it on the floor with a left-hand dribble drive. Switches hands, misses the right-hander, boinks off the front of the rim. There's another rebound for Rayshawn Hammonds. Georgia's got the ball, 2-point lead, 4:13 to go in the second overtime. Wheeler slowly dribbling, high right wing. Across the top of the key, stops there, comes back to the right side to Edwards. Drives on the baseline, fadeaway two, back iron, no good. Not a good shot by Anthony. Rebound to Isaiah Mike for SMU. Mike with the ball, off the wing, drives inside, finger roll, layup good. 25 points make it now for Isaiah Mike. And we're tied at 79, second overtime. 3:37 on the clock. Ball kicked on a handoff from Hammonds to Wheeler. It bounced off his leg, almost rolled into backcourt. Severe had to chase it down just a couple of feet before the half-court line.
8 seconds.
Crump's got the ball in his hands with 5. To Wheeler, he attacks with 3. Kick it into the right corner at the horn. It's good! It's good! The Ant-Man trains one as the shot clock hits 0. Give him 3.
Wow.
Edwards with 16.
Oh, he was due one.
82-79. Mike tries to answer left corner. Will not go. Hunt skies for the rebound. Another offensive board for SMU. Under 3 minutes to play. Georgia by 3. SMU with the ball. Hunt left wide open for a 3, and he drains it. Ferron Hunt with his second three-pointer of the night.
Well, you give them those opportunities, and that's what we've done all night long, is giving them second, third, and fourth opportunities on their offensive end.
We're tied at 82. Georgia attacks. Wheeler, I think, missed it short range, left side of the lane. Ball knocked out of bounds on the rebound by SMU. It'll be Georgia's possession. Donnell Gresham going to check in. Didn't go to the scorer's table. Crump comes out. How can you not go to the scorer's table? Come on, Donnell. Hammonds breathing deeply, waiting to inbound the basketball for Georgia with 2:31 to go in the Second overtime. We get down to Edwards.
And he was fouled.
He drains a three from the corner. They knock him down, count the basket, send him to the line. But pick him up first.
Oh!
Edwards was over there slapping high fives while Rayshon was just laying on his back. Hammond's inbound to Edwards, then flashed into the corner, and Anthony gave him the ball right back, and he drains a three from that far corner and got fouled to boot. Rayshon with 21 points in the game, putting the Dogs up by 3. Could make it a 2-possession lead if he hits the free throw here. 85-82, and Hammond's to the line for 1, and another 4-point play. Free throw bounces away, no good. Would have been the second 4-point play of the ball game, one for them, and it would have been one for us, but Rayshon missed the foul shot. So we've got a 3-point lead with 2:20 to go in the second overtime. 85-82, Jolly dribbles to his right, guarded by Hammonds, attacks and draws contact from Rayshon, who hops into the left corner out of bounds. He didn't like the call. That's only 3 on Rayshon. 2:14 to go. Second overtime. And Jolly to the foul line. 2 shots. 9th team foul on the Dogs. SMU has 9 as well. So both teams will be in the double bonus in the next foul.
He missed one up there a while ago that was big. And he did it again.
He's missed 4 foul shots tonight. 77% shooter coming into the game. Still a 3-point lead for Georgia. We get Jordan Harris back in the ball game. Wheeler, Edwards, Harris, Hammonds, Kamara. The Dogs 5 on the floor. Jolly, second free throw, up on his toes. He finally hit one. It's a 2-point lead for the Dogs. 85-83, 2:10 to go. Overtime number 2. We'll walk it into the front court with Severe Wheeler, met there by Davis. Wheeler to the left wing, above the arc, still dribbles, kills the dribble now, looking for help. Throws it to Harris, about 6 inches inside the half-court line. He had to chase down that pass. Edwards has it. Back to Jordan. Drives, runs through a man. That's a charge. Yeah, Davis was set up in the paint, and Jordan Harris just plowed right through him. That was an easy call.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Jordan saw that earlier. Anthony was just a split second late getting the ball to him, and by that gave the defender time enough to move over and get set.
1:51 remaining second overtime. Ty Fagan to check back in for the Dogs.
Yeah, Tom Crean playing a little offense-defense with his rotations right now, trying to get his best scorers on the floor when the Dogs have it, his best defenders on the floor when they've got it.
Tumani Kamara came out for Fagan, who came in. SMU letting the ball roll almost to half court. That's where Davis picks it up about a yard behind the half court line. SMU on the front side now. 100 seconds to go in the second overtime. 3-point lead for the Dogs. Jolly with a slow left-hand dribble. 2-point lead for the Dogs, 85-83. Jolly with the ball down the lane. Works against Hammonds. Had the ball knocked out of his hands. Picked it up rolling. Misses a little jumper underneath the basket. Fight for the rebound. He forces it up and in. He muscled it in. There was a whistle there. I think they're going to count the basket and the foul on the Dogs. They do.
Wow.
Not sure how Jolly got that one to go. We had white shirts everywhere. But the basket counts, and now a chance to break the tie at 85 with a free throw.
Well, again, that was a case where, they missed a couple we were scrapping for. We just can't seem to get the offensive rebounds. Our defensive rebounds when we, and it's been that way the whole game.
Foul was on Donnell Gresham. And Jolly's got a free throw as he waits at the line with 1:23 to go in the second overtime. Tied at 85. Crowd makes some noise. Jolly misses the free throw. Edwards high in the air to get the rebound. Covers it up with both arms. Gives it to Severe Wheeler. Tied at 85. Edwards will handle the point now. Goes to Hammonds on the right wing. To Kamara straight away. Left wing Crump pulls the ball away on his right hip and then threw it away. Trying to go to Edwards off a curl. Out of his reach, we turned it over. Ball came straight at us into the near sideline and out of bounds.
Oh, my goodness.
Donnell Gresham back in for Severe Wheeler.
Donnell Gresham's after being scolded by the official to make sure he went to the scores tape, actually came over to us that time and then ran on the floor.
18 turnovers in the game for Georgia, 15 by SMU. Tied at 85, less than a minute to play, second overtime. Crowd's been standing since the end of regulation here at Stegman. Over 10,000 witnessing this one tonight. Jolly works against Crump. Spins right edge of the lane. Terrible shot. Missed everything almost. Hunt got the rebound. Goes to the floor. Falls down. We try to tie him up. There's no call yet. Oh, they're going to give SMU a timeout. They say SMU got the timeout. Well, they failed to give Georgia the timeout on a similar call earlier in the ballgame twice. The end result was 2 tie-ups.
These guys are horrible.
But they get the timeout and save the possession.
Look at Tom Crean. Listen, Tom Crean is absolutely incredible. I don't blame him.
And he's respectful to these officials, but he's questioning that call there.
Well, I mean, for crying out loud, they missed it twice with Tom Hammonds. Listen, you got me going now. But he was a great announcer, though. You got to admit. But Ray Hammonds has twice had that for us, and they wouldn't give him the call, and now they
officials are going to the monitor now. 85-85 is the score with 40.2 seconds to go. They awarded SMU the timeout after the tie-up there. Well, it wasn't a tie-up technically. And 2 of the 3 officials are looking at the monitor down to our left. Todd Austin, Chuck Jones, Will Howard, no relation, are the 3 officials tonight. And we're in our second overtime. Georgia's leading scorer is Rayshawn Hammonds with 21. He's also got 11 rebounds for his 3rd double-double of the season.
Scott, they have got 26 offensive rebounds tonight. To give you an example, we've got 14. They've got 26 offensive rebounds.
Well, Hunt's got 6 by himself. I mean, that's off. If you average 4, that's remarkable. He's got 6 tonight. Mike has 5. Jolly has 5, and those are their big 3. Mike's got 25 points and 12 boards. Jolly's got 19 points and 10 rebounds. And then Ferron Hunt's got 17 points, 9 rebounds. So they've got 2 guys with double-doubles tonight. Georgia has 1. Dogs are shooting for the game 44.5%. SMU just under 41%. They're 8 of 31 on 3. Dogs 12 of 32 on 3. And free throws, both teams have a dozen free throws. They've hit 7, we've hit 9. So only 24 foul shots between the 2 teams, and we're deep into the second overtime. That's not a lot at the line. But I guess you're letting teams decide it on the floor instead of at the foul line. That's one way to look at it, I guess, right? Trying to find the silver lining here.
Well, you are
the way this one has been called.
You are definitely a peace on earth, goodwill toward men kind of guy.
Well, it is the holiday season. SMU to inbound against a hefty Georgia defense on the inbounds play. 33 seconds remain in the overtime. We're tied at 85. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Mustangs. Jolly's got the ball guarded by Gresham. Jolly's going to hoist a 3 over Donnell. No good. They tried to tap in as Mike came flying in, got a hand on it, tried to tap it up off the glass. No good, and we rebound.
Tom Green wants a timeout. If you get it.
Edwards with the ball. He'll get it inside the half-court line and call a time with 14 seconds left. 14.1 seconds in the second overtime, tied at 85.
I think Tom Green would have liked to have seen Anthony get that ball into the front court with a little more
urgency.
Yeah, just, nonchalant. Because that's time off that clock.
He got the rebound with about 18, 19 seconds left and then just kind of trotted towards the line. And Tom Green's like waving him on. Come on, get it across the line. Let's go. And he did with 14.1 seconds remaining. Second overtime, Georgia 85, SMU 85.
Let's end this thing right now. Let's end this thing right now.
We're at 2.5 hours for game time.
Who do you want to see take a last shot here?
The guy who makes it.
Okay. You know this Georgia roster. Who would you try to? Whose hands do you want that ball in?
Well, it could be any of those guys on the floor. I mean, Wheeler extended the game with an overtime number one driving layup. Hammonds has done great tonight. You got Edwards, who made the winning three-pointer against Chaminade and Maui. You've got Crump, who can drain threes. I mean, anybody.
Well, I think what I'd like to try to do here is try to get the ball in the hands of Anthony Edwards and try to let him get inside and draw a foul.
You don't need the three. You just need a basket. You're tied at 85. We inbound to Hammonds in the backcourt. He quickly hands it to Sevier on the logo. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, double overtime. Wheeler to the left wing, hesitates. Now drives, wide open land, good! 1.9 to go. Wheeler's done it again. 1.9. No defense down the lane. Wheeler just drove it in and laid it up with the kiss.
What, they just decide not to guard him? I mean, nobody even bothered to.
What the heck happened on SMU's defensive end?
They just left Sevier. Sevier went, okay, you're not going to guard me?
The question you asked, who's going to take the game-winning shot? I guess they surmised it wouldn't be number 15.
They must have. He went right through two defenders, and nobody bothered to pick him up. He just laid it off the glass. That's a routine layup. That's the kind you do in warm-ups.
Dogs by 2 with 1.9 to go, and I think they're going to put a little more time on the clock. Officials looking at the monitor to our left, and they put a tenth of a second back on the clock. So 2 seconds even.
Well, now that's not enough time to run the length of the floor.
No, they're going to have to pass the ball this time. Double overtime. 2 seconds remain. Georgia 87, SMU 85, and Wheeler has done it in both overtimes to extend in the first overtime for Georgia with the tying basket, and now he's delivered with the go-ahead basket here in the second overtime.
All right, guys, don't spend your energy out there celebrating. Let's play defense for 2 seconds, and you can celebrate.
Don't give up the home run pass.
We're out there jumping around like the game's over. Game's not over.
Theron Hunt to inbound. Hammonds is lined up on the baseline to guard the inbounds pass. He can run along the baseline, the official says.
And Stegman is now, it's rocking now.
Everybody's standing. Hunt moves to his right, sliding, skips it in to Mike. 2 dribbles, heaves a long three, hits the top of the backboard. The game finally ends, and Georgia has won it in double overtime. 87-85 over SMU.
Woo! Had it all the way. Never in doubt. My goodness. Let me tell you something. This team grew up tonight because things were not going well for the Georgia Bulldogs tonight, and they were playing a quality basketball team that was playing real well down the stretch and had every opportunity to put this game away, and Georgia wouldn't let them. Congratulations to Tom Crean's Georgia Bulldogs tonight, now 7-3. Great job, guys.
Best win of the season for Georgia thus far, and certainly a long way to go in this season, and a lot more difficult games coming our way. But this one is a good one against a quality opponent. SMU came in at 8-1. They hadn't lost on the road in their 2 tries previous this season. And the Dogs and the Mustangs go to double overtime, and Georgia squeezes out a home victory here over SMU, 87-85. Sevier Wheeler with the driving layup to put Georgia ahead, and then the Dogs sealed it as SMU failed to convert with 2 seconds left on the clock in double overtime, and Georgia wins it by a deuce. To, as Chuck said, go to 7-3 on the year.
Yeah, Ray Hammond's coming down to us here.
Hammond's a big night for the Dogs. Another double-double, 21 points, 11 rebounds. The junior from Norcross getting a hand from the folks behind us.
Oh, my goodness,
Ray. Sean Hammonds, congratulations, young man. You guys got it done tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Had it all the way?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Had to have confidence. Had to have confidence during the game. That's all. That's all.
I got to tell you, it was a scramble because what was keeping them in this game tonight was their ability to get their own offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
They did a great job of that.
Yeah. Fact. It's a good job for them. You know, they're a good team. They play hard. You know, offensive rebounding. They crash the grass. That's probably one of the best teams guarding, like crashing the grass and stuff like that. So it was fun, though.
Well, all right. Just explain to me, after the disappointment of Tempe, Arizona, what was the mindset that you guys brought back here to Athens to go back to work to take on a tough SMU team?
Just get in the gym and stay together. You know, play hard, stay together. Just really stay together. That's all I can say. You know, just be positive with everything we do. We know it's gonna be a hard game with them, and just stay with each other the whole time.
How about Severe?
Hey, I love him.
Both overtimes.
I love him. I love him. He's a smart player. You know, it's great to have him on our team.
The little fella.
Yeah, little fella. It's good to have that. You know, a guy like him can create for us, so it's kind of fun.
Ray, tell us about the last play, what turned out to be the game-winning basket. It didn't look like the seas just parted defensively. What did they do?
Man, I think they were worried about me and Ant getting the ball. You know, with me and Ant being hot, a lot of teams going to think about us getting the ball. You know, when you got players on our team that can make plays.
Were you doubled there when he was driving?
I feel like they're going to double me if I got the ball. Me and Ant, they're going to double each one of us. So, you know, we don't care who win the game for. We just want to win.
All right, was that the play that Coach Crane drawn? What was he looking for?
No, that's the play. That was the play. You know, it's really either for a three or get to the basket. And now we did.
Well, it was just a terrific finish to this. And can you talk a little bit about what this crowd meant to you guys tonight, too?
It meant a lot. We love the atmosphere. It brought energy to us, you know, kept us in the game, even when we were down, even when we made mistakes. They stayed with us, and now we need.
All right, does this make up now for what happened in Tempe to you guys? Does this kind of lift you up after the disappointment
It made us grow up. In hard games, tough games, that made us grow up in this game. That we want to see.
I felt like you guys grew up a lot because you faced a lot of adversity in this game tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And we know we're going to win. Coach Green stay with it, stay positive the whole time. That we did.
Ray, congratulations on this guy. 21 points, 11 rebounds by you tonight. Terrific job. Congratulations on this one.
Thank you. Thanks for going with us.
We'll catch up with you down the road.
Courtside with us here as the Dogs have won it in double overtime, 87-85. Rayshawn Hammonds, our IBEW player of the game, and our conversation with Rayshawn presented by IBEW. 21 points again, 11 rebounds, his third double-double of the season, the fifth of his career. And you got to look at the little fella, Severe Wheeler. Got it done tonight with two end of overtime periods driving layups. One to tie the game in the first overtime and extend it for Georgia at 77, and then to win it in the second overtime, 87-85. And Wheeler's numbers, look at those. 9 points, 8 assists tonight. He only had 1 rebound, but 8 assists, couple of steals. He had 3 turnovers. Severe Wheeler got it done, as did the rest of the Dogs.
Yeah, he did. He spent 35 minutes on the floor. So I mean, you know that he was worn out in that second overtime. Had to be. But what a terrific job by Severe Wheeler, the little fellow, as they like to call him, out of Texas, and just did a great job for the Georgia Bulldogs tonight, helping them pull this one out in double overtime over a very talented, an 8-1 coming in here SMU team.
Dogs win it in 10 extra minutes tonight. Double overtime victory for Georgia, 87-85 over SMU. Let's get ahead to our Regions locker room report, brought to you by Regions. You can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Just visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Post-game coverage from Stegman Coliseum coming up. Georgia winner tonight in double overtime, 87-85 over SMU. Stay with us. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGAA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Everyone knows the star players on the court, but what about the ones off the court? Nissan Intelligent Mobility Technologies are calling the shots. They can lend a hand all on their own, whether you're in game day traffic or pivoting into those tight arena parking spots. And when the opposing team's fans suddenly break in front of you, it can even help you stop, so you can keep cheering come game time. Nissan Intelligent Mobility, it's a game changer.
Get to Nissan, a proud partner of the UGA Bulldogs.
Please see owner's manual for important feature information.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The holidays are back again, which means it's time to hit the road home. Whether you're racing along winding highways in the Agile 3 Series, conquering terrain in the versatile X3, or just cruising a few blocks to your parents' house in the luxurious X5, the journey should be full of joy. That's the road home, and it begins now. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers. Now through January 2nd. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Hi, welcome to the Subway Fresh Value Meal radio ad. How would you like to hear it?
From a game show host?
All right, let's play.
Thanks, Johnny. Our lucky contestants are playing for a fresh value meal with a 6-inch sub. They'll choose from 6, including a cold cut combo or Black Forest ham, starting at $6 with a 20-ounce drink and chips. Subway, make it what you want.
Fresh value meal sandwiches are prepared in front of you at participating restaurants. Prices and subs included may vary. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. No additional coupons or discounts may be applied.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions Bank. Coming up, you'll hear from players and coaches outside the Dogs' locker room. Plus, a look again at other scores around the country. Now, back to courtside for continuing live coverage of Georgia basketball.
Severe looking for an opening through the lane. Nice drop. Bounce pass on the baseline to Fagan, who dunks it from the right side.
And that was all Severe Wheeler. Boy, once we made that penetration and those blue jerseys converged in the paint, it left Ty all alone on that baseline.
And that is our assist of the game, sponsored by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 1-800-STATE-FARM or by visiting statefarm.com. And it's odd, Chuck, that on that particular assist, the defense converged on Severe Wheeler. And in the game winner, they ran away from him and did not converge on him. And he had the ball in his hands and was able to lay it in for the game-winning points, 87-85. Georgia beats SMU in double overtime.
Scott, he may have been, just looking at his face, he may have been the most surprised guy on the floor. So somebody's like, there's nobody between me and the basket.
Yeah, and at that point, you just don't want to knock it off the glass too hard.
Yeah,
he
put it on the floor twice, laid it up. Like I said, it was like a layup you do in warm-ups.
Yeah.
But they had 2 defenders on him out of extended, but he split them, and then nobody bothered to step over and pick him up. It was surprising to see SMU had really done a pretty good job, I thought, defensively throughout the game on all of our players. Really made it tough tonight, and but nobody picked him up.
Welcome back.
And thank you, Mustangs.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to our Regions Locker Room Report, brought to you by Regions, where you can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Just visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. So, again, Georgia 87, SMU 85, and this game was tight the entire – there was never a double-digit lead.
Well, I told you.
Both teams had runs, but each team would answer, it seemed. When one team 6 or 7 straight points, the other team would come back 5, 6, 7 straight points.
Yeah, we had 12 lead changes. But I told you we're more comfortable playing in the 80s. I didn't realize it was going to take an extra 10 minutes to get there.
Yes. Well, we did get there, though, so the average is still good, right? We came in averaging 83 points a game. We get 87 tonight, and that was enough to win it by a deuce, 87-85. SMU suffers only its second loss of the season, so back-to-back losses now for the Mustangs. 13 days ago, they lost to Georgetown at home. Now they come on the road and drop one to the Dogs. And this is a home-and-home series, so Georgia will be in Dallas next year to play at the Moody
in Highland Park, in lovely Highland Park, where SMU is located. But I got to tell you, Larry Brown kind of turned that program around and got it going. And this coach has done a good job stepping in here and picking up where Larry Brown left off.
Yeah, and he was an assistant under Larry Brown there for 4 years, and Tim Jankovich we're talking about. And this was a club that a couple of years ago won 30 games, and then they had a little dip, and then last season they were 15-17. But out of the gates quickly here, the Mustangs, they what do they call it in horse racing when they break out of the gates? They're real fast. I don't know all the terminology, but
breaking out of the gates real fast.
That's kind of what the Mustangs did.
Yeah,
thanks for clarifying that for me in your horse racing knowledge down there in South Florida all those years.
Well, I got to tell you that they're a good team. team, a quality team, obviously to rebound the ball the way they do, and they do an outstanding job of rebounding the basketball. They shoot free throws, as we pointed out time and time again, exceptionally well, among the leaders in the nation. So when you consider all of that, is it no wonder that it's a tough basketball team? Georgia just beat a very, as you pointed out, this is their best, our top win of the year. This is our best win of the year.
I would think you would have to agree with that, that this is Georgia's best win thus far. 7-3 now the record. Georgia Southern coming in here Monday night, 7 o'clock. The Eagles will play again tomorrow. They played last night. They're off today, and then they'll play tomorrow afternoon before coming to Athens to take on the Bulldogs, and we hope you will join us on Monday night for more Bulldogs basketball. This is the Regions Locker Room Report, brought to you by Regions, where you can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We're going to catch up with Coach Tom Crean in just a few moments. We'll check the final stats from tonight's ball game as we continue our post-game coverage from Stegman Coliseum. Dogs a winner tonight, 87-85 in double overtime over SMU. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Off season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Did you know Georgia is one of the leading producers of pecans in the entire world? That's how hard Georgia farmers work to help cultivate the state's economy. And that's why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers with agricultural research and assistance programs and access to benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. You can join online for just a few bucks a year. So, get cracking.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
You know, growing up in a coffee family is no different than growing up in any other family, except that we all kind of share one affinity, and that's for a great tasting cup of coffee.
Matt Siraj, 4th generation owner, Community Coffee.
I believe people can taste the difference family makes. It's a fullness in the mouth. It's a flavor impression that follows all the way through until 30 seconds after that sip of coffee. It's that rich, smooth flavor that you find in Community Coffee.
Our family story continues at communitycoffee.com.
The holidays are back again, which means it's time to hit the road home. Whether you're racing along winding highways in the Agile 3 Series, conquering terrain in the versatile X3, or just cruising a few blocks to your parents' house in the luxurious X5, the journey should be full of joy. That's the road home, and it begins now. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers. Now through January 2nd. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Court pass into the far corner to Wheeler. Top of the key to Edwards. He dribbles to his left, drives, curls around on the baseline, gets position, hangs in the air, and pushes it up and in. Edwards with his first basket of the night to make it 9-8 Georgia by 1. And that is our ultimate drive of the game. Came early in this contest. That drive of the game driven by BMW, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs and Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Anthony Edwards finished with 16 points in this contest. Welcome back to the Regions Locker Room Report, brought to you by Regions, where you can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. And while we're talking about ordering things, Georgia, of course, headed to the Sugar Bowl. The Bulldogs are Sugar Bowl bound, and for tickets, make sure you visit GeorgiaDogs.com. You can't spell sugar without UGA. Can't wait to see the Bulldog Nation in New Orleans on New Year's Day. So search for your tickets at GeorgiaDogs.com. Dogs a winner tonight over SMU in double overtime, 87-85. The winning basket by Georgia freshman guard Severe Wheeler. A driving layup with 2 seconds left in the second overtime period. And the Dogs get out of here with a victory as we stay unbeaten at home, Chuck. 6-0 now at Stegman Coliseum.
Well, you got to protect the home court, and that's going to be even more important when conference play rolls around. You got to, in the SEC, it's always a battle, and what you got to do is you got to win at home, and you got to find a way to steal a couple on the road.
Well, I like that stealing part, although that's not really a good thing to do. But for basketball terminology, I like going on the road and being able to steal a couple of wins.
Well, and right now, I think everybody's kind of looking at the SEC and going, kind of scratching your head and going, who's really great here? Because, we've had some losses in the conference that, Florida's had several. Florida was expected to be one of the top teams. Tennessee's had several. They were expected. Kentucky's had several. I mean, you look at the usual suspects and they've all had losses. We're kind of tied in that group right now that's sort of right beneath Auburn.
Yeah, they're the only team that has yet to have a blemish on their record. They're 10 or 11-0 now, so they're the only undefeated team in the league. And when the new rankings come out next week, they will more than likely be the highest ranked SEC team in the meaningless college basketball rankings.
Yeah, well, you are right.
Well, they're fun to talk about, but they don't really mean anything.
I mean, you are right about that. But they are currently 10-0. But then you've got Arkansas at 9-1, Kentucky, Mississippi State at 8-2, and then Florida 7-3, Georgia 7-3, LSU 7-3, Ole Miss 7-3, Tennessee 7-3. So you've got that whole group of teams right there. So like right now, everybody's still kind of waiting to see. How good is the SEC? And I think you're going to see that once conference play rolls around.
Yeah, we're not far from it. Georgia will open up conference play at home here on January 7th against Kentucky, a 9 o'clock game. But there's 3 games between now and that game against the Wildcats. And the next 2 games for Georgia will be on Monday nights. Georgia Southern in here coming up this Monday, the 23rd. That's a 7 o'clock contest against the Eagles. And then Christmas break will roll around, and the Dogs won't play again until Monday night, December 30th, against Austin Peay. And then it's a road trip to Memphis after that, and that's the final non-conference game of the season for the Dogs leading up to SEC play.
Yeah,
and they'll go to a very good Memphis team on the road.
We're going to have a fun post-Christmas. We got Austin Peay on Monday night for basketball. We've got Baylor in New Orleans on Wednesday night for football, and then we've got Memphis on Saturday night for basketball.
We're pretty fortunate, aren't we?
We are. That'll be a lot of fun. That's 2 good basketball games and a football game right in the middle of Sugar Bowl. It'll be a great week to be a Georgia Bulldog.
That's not a bad week at all, as we are waiting to talk to Georgia head coach Tom Crean here after this Georgia victory, 87-85. Let's go ahead and jump into our final game stats, brought to you by Northside Hospital, proudly welcoming the Gwinnett Health System to its family of care with more than 3,500 doctors and 5 hospitals. Your Northside now has expanded services in maternity, orthopedics, surgery, cardiovascular, cancer, and more. Visit them at northsidegwinnett.com. We'll start with the team numbers, where Georgia in double overtime finished the game shooting 45%, 33 of 73. 12 of 32 on three-point shots, 37.5% there, 9 of 12 at the foul line, 75%. And this team, Chuck, that came in at 79% as a free throw shooting team, I'm talking about SMU, just 7 of 12 from the line tonight, 58%. Very unlike the Mustangs. And in a 2-point double overtime game, certainly every point was big. They didn't get them at the line tonight, but they did finish 40% for the game, 35 of 87. And they had 14 more shots than did Georgia, thanks to 26 offensive rebounds here in this double overtime game. They were 8 of 32 on three-pointers, 25%. And individually, Georgia was led by Rayshawn Hammonds, who had 21 points and 11 rebounds for his 3rd double-double of the season, the 5th of his career. Anthony Edwards finished with 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. He was 6 of 17 shooting and 2 of 8 on threes. Georgia's other player in double figures was Tyree Crump, who had 12 points. He had 4 three-pointers in the ballgame, 4 of 9. Now, Coach Tom Crean is joining us from the coach's locker room. And, Tom, congratulations, double overtime, 87-85. Take us through those final few minutes of agony.
Well, you know what I told my team, and I'm sorry for being so late. I tried to shake hands with everybody that was in the building.
That was 10,000 plus.
You missed us out here.
I'm not worried about you two. You know me. I've got some people that got to meet me. And then I needed to have a meeting here with one of the guys afterwards, but after the post game. But you know what this game was like? I told my team, you got to learn to believe. There were too many times in this game they were looking back at me, and I wasn't seeing it. Right? I was getting that defeated look, that blank stare, right? And like, we're not going to find a way. And I said, that game is tied. Like, the game is tied, or we're down 2 or 3. Young kids have no idea how to deal with adversity and no idea how long a game is. And the thing that I tried to leave with this team at the end today is, no matter how long you play, the game is always giving you something. And I think tonight that's what it was. I mean, our rebounding wasn't great. But we found a way to get some big ones when we needed to get them. And I was saving the play at the end of the game. I was saving that. Almost ran it a couple other times. You know, we had 2 guys they had to guard in the corner. With Anthony, with Tamani, we brought Tyree into the screen. And Severe made a fantastic play. He's an excellent layup maker. And we wanted to get a layup, or we wanted to get a back cut out of either one of those corners, and he got the layup. So.
Well, Kendrick Davis, he kind of paused. You know, he did that little delay he did with his dribble, and then just blew by Kendrick Davis, and that was it.
Yeah, and Kendrick is a bit of he'll peek on the screen, and we knew that. But the problem with them is what we tried to do. They did a better job of it than we did. Their switching was good. You know, there's a little longer, a little bigger than us, a little more physical in the backcourt. Tyson Jolly, we tried to recruit. He is really good, and we just couldn't deal with his ISOs at the end. So there's no way we played a complete game of fundamental basketball, but we played a complete game of toughness at times when they didn't think they had any left. And so that's what I'm proud of them. But I'll say this, like I said to almost everybody that I saw in the crowd, we don't win this game without this crowd, guys. We do not win this game without this incredible, passionate, stick with us, not let us drop crowd. And I reminded them a few times that we're sitting here basically in a sold-out game, and these fans are not leaving or giving up on you. Don't give up on yourself. So extremely proud of how we found a way to win, and just unbelievably thankful of our fans.
Coach, can you talk a little bit? I mean, Anthony's struggling a little bit right now, and what is? I mean, I say that, and you look at his final tallies, and he's your second leading scorer tonight. But I mean,
well, there's high expectations on him. But you know what? He made some plays. Right? What Anthony's got to continue to do, and we just met about this again. At the end of the game, he didn't predetermine as much. Young players, especially guys that have the ball in their hands a lot, especially extremely talented ones, they predetermine their play. They predetermine if they're going to go to the rim. They predetermine their shot. They predetermine how they're going to get their shot. And they try to size up rather than attack and read, right? And he's got to continue to learn how to attack and read. But he did, right? And there was some cutting, and some of the shots went down. Some of them didn't. But at the end of the day, he was on the court at winning time. Yeah. And that's ultimately, at the end of the day, what a huge reason he is here is to absolutely learn how to win. And that's what we want to build. I mean, and because that's going to carry our team. It's going to carry him. It's going to carry everybody that goes through here. So he'll get better. Yeah. I mean, he's not 100% healthy. I mean, I'm not making an excuse for that. He'll get better. We all got to get better. I mean, there were times we were like sieves on the glass. I mean, we weren't even close. Yeah. And we got to get better. But you know what? We found a way tonight. And again, we don't do it without our crowd.
Yeah, and they watch television. They saw what he did against Michigan State. They saw him hit that game winner against Chaminade. If he's on the floor, they've got to respect him.
Yeah, that's why he's got to move. That's why he's got to move without the ball. That's why we got to get him off the slots and top. And it just takes a little longer than usual to get that done. But we will. And I thought Rayshon rebounded well. I thought Tyree, for a guy that didn't play a lot in the second half, comes in and he bangs that three. And Tamani, goodness gracious, 34 minutes. And again, Brian Fish made a great point today to me about Tamani. He said, Tamani plays so hard, all right? The statistics just don't match up yet with how hard he plays. And when the statistics match up with how hard he plays, now we're going to have a really good player. So, Tamani was out there a ton and did things. And Jordan Harris, it was great to have him back. And there was a lot of different ball from guys.
I was going to ask you, Tom, about Harris. You quickly mentioned there, but he got 17 minutes tonight, 9 points, 4 rebounds. What else did he give you that maybe you didn't see?
I think there was a confidence level having him back. He can get downhill. We tried to do a couple things to get him downhill. The one time he had the charge was a tough one, but he's got to get back to going in a straight line again, like he did at the end of last year. He wants to Euro it, and which is, there's a place for the Euro step, but that's not, when you can beat a guy in a downhill, you've got to beat him, and it takes a while to get those things understood, with the team, but we'll continue to do that. But I'm really proud of the way Ray rebounded back, right, with the rebounding and with the play. Yeah. And because Ray was struggling for a while, and to play 37 minutes, end up with 21 and 11, make that big fall-away three on the inbound. Yeah. I mean, it's just the ball finds energy, right? We say that. I heard it a long time ago. It's true. And when it does for us, we're pretty good. When the ball sticks in one place, we're not very good, and we've got to continue to learn how to win.
Fair to say that this team grew up a lot tonight?
Oh, I hope so, because like I said at the beginning of this conversation, there were times they're looking back at me, and I'm playing cheerleader in there. I'm trying to get them to believe we can win. Our leadership has got to continue to grow, okay? And when you have really natural leadership, a lot of times it's not the leader that speaks, it's the safety they feel of playing with them. But we're not quite there yet. We're not a talkative enough team yet. We're not a team that overcomes adversity and you can't tell, if somebody's struggling or not. We wear it on our face too much, and that's the bottom line. So hopefully they learned a really valuable lesson tonight about how important this is.
Tom, congratulations on this one. Get them ready for Georgia Southern on Monday.
We need another fantastic crowd. I know our ticket sales are high. Chuck, keep pumping it, man. We got to have a big-time crowd in here on Monday night, because we all need a Merry Christmas out here in Athens, Georgia. That's what I know.
You got it,
I'm clapping for myself. Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach. Right. Tom Green. He's the only one in the coach's locker room.
You know what? About the only guy that won't be back in here after this game tonight, this crowd that was here, John Koncak, the former Hawks star and the former SMU star. And he comes out to support his Mustangs, and he's leaving disappointed. I feel a little bit bad for John, but not that bad.
Well, I turned around, and I just kept looking up and up and up, and Koncak standing right behind us.
It was just great to see John. It really was.
But it was even better to see Georgia get this win tonight over SMU. Indeed. 87-85 in double overtime. That's our final, and that's going to do it for this portion of the Regions Locker Room Report from Stegman Coliseum in Athens. We will send it back to Capel Philpott, who's standing by in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He'll close out the broadcast for us tonight. So for our producer-engineer, Tony Schiavone, and my broadcast partner, Chuck Dowdle, Scott Howard saying so long from Stegman on this winning night. Don't forget, Georgia and Georgia Southern, Monday night, 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air with you at 6:35 for more Georgia basketball on Monday. Stay tuned for Cabell. He's next here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
You've been ignoring that knee pain during your morning run. You have a lot of questions about that concussion from the soccer game. That shoulder pain you've been feeling playing tennis is now chronic. At Northside Sports Medicine, we know you don't have to be a pro to be an athlete, which is why we give you access to treatment, technology, and an elite team of sports medicine doctors dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility. Call 1-855-NH-SPORT today so you can get back in the game. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
Did you know that 1 in 8 Americans struggle with hunger? Yet more than 40% of the food we produce is thrown out. At Kroger, we know we can do something about this. We're donating more food to local food banks through our partnership with Feeding America. And we're working with World Wildlife Fund to end food waste. But we can't do it alone, and we hope you'll join us in creating a world with zero hunger and zero waste. Visit thekrogerco.com to learn how you can help.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
Hey, Bulldog fans. It's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes. Earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
Welcome back inside the network studios. Cabell Philpott with you as Georgia victorious over SMU in double overtime, 87-85. The leading scorer for Georgia, Rayshawn Hammond's 21 points. Two other Dogs in double figures. Edwards had 16 and Crump had 12. The only other game on the hardwood tonight, number 23, Penn State undefeated at home in action, beating Central Connecticut 87-58. Our final score, Georgia 87, SMU 85. When we return, we'll check in on the gridiron. All that and more right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of UGA football, and every Dogs fan deserves to save money. Get fired up about our low natural gas rates and switch to Scana Energy by calling 877-GO-SCANA or visiting scanaenergy.com. Between the hedges and beyond, Scana Energy is a winning play. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to start saving on your natural gas today.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, welcome to this ad for Subway Delivery. How do you want it?
I'll take the home meditation, please.
Ah, very blissful.
The path to fulfill your inner stomach, man. First, align your body with the sofa. Open your mind and order from Subway.com/delivers. Open your door to your delivery order. Open your mouth to a tasty footlong from Subway. All right.
Delivery available in selected areas. See Subway.com/delivers for details.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents, which means you're going to start telling your kids to clean up before the cleaning lady comes. Doesn't make sense, but you're the parent and they're the kids. You're going to start telling them that now too. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance. And there's your opening to remind them who pays the bills around here. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Georgia gets another win in the checkmark, in the win column, 87-85 over SMU. Team stats in favor of the Dogs, the one that stands out the most for the Georgia Bulldogs. Offensive rebounding in favor of SMU, 26-14, but the Dogs made that up on the defensive boards, 30-29. Bench points well in favor of Georgia, 27-10, and Georgia getting the victory, 87-85. On the gridiron this afternoon, earlier, Buffalo hammers Charlotte 31-19 in the Bahamas to take home the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. Currently, Kent State up 34-27 on Utah State. 13 minutes remaining in the ball game. That's for the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl Championship tonight. Georgia victorious over SMU at Stegman Coliseum, 87-85. We'll wrap things up on the other side of this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season?
Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
At Georgia Power, we believe our lake should be filled with water, not trash. That a healthy honeybee population will pollinate a healthier environment. That building homes is just as important as powering them. That's why we believe what we do off the grid is just as important as the clean, safe, reliable, affordable energy we provide on it. And that's a different kind of energy. Visit georgiapower.com/community.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At AutoZone, we know that no two car projects are created equal. That's why we've got more ways for you to get what you need to take care of your ride. With our free same-day store pickup, you can place your order online at AutoZone.com and grab what you need today at your local AutoZone. And if the job can wait until tomorrow, go with our free next-day delivery. You'll get your order at your doorstep the following day and be back on the road in no time. Free next-day delivery on eligible orders over $35. Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield IMG College, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Georgia Bulldogs victorious on the hardwood this evening, 87-85. The calendar is clear along the network for tomorrow. On Sunday, however, women's basketball taking on Gardner-Webb at 4:15, the airtime around the network, at 2 o'clock, the tip-off time, 1:45 air along the network. And the Dogs pre-Christmas game, Georgia versus Georgia Southern, Stegman Coliseum. Monday evening, 7 o'clock tip from Stegman Coliseum will be on the air along the same network stations at 6:35 with the Groundhouse Killer Burgers Countdown to Tip-Off show. For our entire broadcast crew, I'm Cabell Philpott saying goodnight, reminding you once again the final score from Stegman Coliseum, Georgia 87, SMU 85 in double overtime. Dogs on top.
The Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. You've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions Bank. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions Bank, a proud sponsor of the University of Georgia and the official bank of the SEC. Also by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. The preceding has been a Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports presentation on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.